We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with another episode of ROIL TALK podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if it is your first time, please allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Joe.
Adam.
Your boy Jake.
And we got our big man Jorge doing some twisting and turning back there behind our counter.
The one, the only.
We did get a new mixer in, people, so you might notice on some of the episodes the volume going up and down a little bit, but we're getting it dialed in and it will sound perfect. And what else we got going on, man?
I don't know. You guys got some events coming up, or
it's in the talks.
In the talks,
trying to arrange some stuff. We'll see what happens. A lot of people have been asking.
You just got back from your Hall of Flowers.
Just got back from Hall of Flowers in Ventura. That was nuts. Yeah, that was nuts. Crazy. We were like the busiest booth, dude. Like, well, one of the busiest booths, but geez, the second we got there.
I heard the only lines were for OG.
OG?
Yeah, like OG product. Like the candies weren't really. People were waiting in line to get OG.
At our booth?
No.
Oh,
just like that's where the biggest lines were.
Dude, so the first day was mostly B2B, right? So it was a lot of the retail stores who were coming to like see us, and so it was 10 to 5. We didn't stop serving people or like helping people until about 6:45. And we were just nonstop, dude. We did 112 new processes through our like system and stuff, and like that day.
So is that just a customer?
Yeah, those are potential leads, right? Well, a lot of them the next morning came in like, bro, we smoked your shit. We are 100% putting you in our store. This is like some of the best flour we've had.
Sweet.
And like, we just blew it up, dude. Everyone was loving it. The second day was more retail, right? So it was a little bit more sales. And that day was almost just as busy. I think we did like 95 entries instead of like 112 like the first day. But dude, it was crazy. Yeah. So it was a success, I'd say. Had a good time.
Good,
Sweet.
right on.
Hopeful for the future for Gravity. So we'll see.
Well,
but let's get into today's guest. It's gonna be a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, been chopping it up with my boy right now for leading up to this. Pretty excited about this episode. Fellow podcaster, local personality, come here. Moved to out of Glendale now, right? Or with Silver Lakes?
Hellendale.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, from 97.5, the one and the only DJ JUWELS in the house with table that, homie.
That's right. I know I should have brought that shit, man. You know they make those little DJ mixers now. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
They fit in your pocket, dog. I'm gonna bring one of those next time.
So what's it like, bro, being on the radio? What's it like?
It's crazy, man. Okay, so we do podcasting, obviously.
Yeah.
And
us podcasters. You know what I mean? We all stick together
in the podcast family. You know what I'm saying?
I mean?
No, but you know what? It's way different than podcasting, bro. Way different. It's more like because you only get a little bit of time between each segment.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You talk like 3 minutes here, commercial, play music, jump on 3 minutes. So like podcasting, we just vibe out, talk about whatever.
Agree.
But radio, you gotta like be informative, but at the same time, not talk too much. You gotta be like
everything's
Yeah.
It's got to be catchy too, right?
And it's rhythm.
Yeah.
So are you behind like a setup like this or just a microphone or what do you got going?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much something like this.
Yeah.
You know, but headphones, laptop.
What kind of music is that?
It's hip hop R&B.
97. What?
Nothing you listen to, Joseph.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm sure there's one or two.
Joe's like, do you play Shabuzi?
Well, that's the thing. Like when I jumped on, because like, I mean, I've been DJing for over like 20 years, but I've been known for like being a hip hop DJ. But you know, I don't really like the new hip hop music.
Preach.
I really don't.
There are some exceptions.
Yeah. There's a little bit.
There's some exceptions.
If you put today's hip hop on, like I'm a Pandora guy, but it's fucking terrible.
It is, bro. And that's why I was kind of like, you know what? I told the guy that put me on. I was like, if I'm gonna be on, I need to play like
your era.
You know what I mean? Like this is what I say. You know when you're at a good spot, good bar, good club, whatever, dive bar.
Yeah.
You go up to the jukebox, you put your money in.
Yeah.
You put a little, Pac on. Everyone's
Right.
all, everyone goes,
right.
like those type.
Yeah.
It's like you don't get that vibe no more. You know what I
Yeah.
mean with the new music.
That's why, like, when I got on, bro, I was like, I'm gonna play whatever you guys want me to play, of course, because we have to.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna play the good shit though.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
What's good shit? Tell me.
What's
good shit?
hold on. What's your age?
I'm 36.
Oh
he's
yeah,
up there with that.
You're
Yeah,
the
I'm
80s baby, 90s. Okay.
80s baby, 90s kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, to me, bro, like, good hip hop is like the Nas, the Wu-Tangs, the Pacs, DPG.
Yes.
You know, shit like that. Tribe Called Quest.
Ooh,
You know,
Tribe Called Quest.
But I even like the old shit, like the 80s, like the Beastie Boys. Like I still get down with all that shit.
Yeah,
you know
you
what
gotta
I mean?
have me and Jake get down on the 80s nights. Like we love to
bro,
like
yeah.
you 80s night we're there. We're
Danger. Dang,
Oh,
sure. Shout out
yeah.
DJ Angelo. That's my boy
Oh,
right there.
hell
He plays
yeah,
that
yeah.
for me
Like
every time I
80s.
walk
I
in the
still
building.
remember Dream Lounge. That one song came on, and I didn't get off the dance floor all night after
Yeah,
that.
all night,
Like,
man.
dude,
We had
yeah.
what you call cut and rug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't even need anybody to dance with. Like I'm having a good ass time.
Hey, you could be by me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
like-
it's, especially when came on, Slick Rick came on, dude. It was me, Nina, and Jared on the dance floor. 3 of us.
Yeah,
fucking
just-
5 in the morning. You know what I mean?
hell
Come
yeah.
on now.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? But yeah, that's hey,
Sometimes you just gotta live, man.
yeah, 100%. But hey, but that's dope though because a lot of radio personalities won't really come out and say that about today's music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because even with, like with my son, my son Boo Boo, me and him will talk and he'll be like, bro, you know, all that old head bullshit language. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like no, man. It's like back then, Pac was like, for instance, Pac.
Mm-hmm.
Pac was at a time he was big when there was no social media, there was no internet.
The
really.
good old
No,
days. The
no,
good
like,
old days.
and he was a global superstar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
from coast to coast. Even then, back in the day, like because I was born in L.A., grew up in the East Coast, moved back here. So
Okay.
I always say I'm an East Coast boy during the winter, and I'm a West Coast boy during the summer. That's just how it is.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know what I mean? One minute I'm up in Wu Tang, one minute
Yeah.
I'm up in Tribe Called Quest,
Yeah.
then I'm up in Pac, I'm up in Ice Cube. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
This is how I
yeah.
am. But anyways, I would say like you guys don't have like just someone who's
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That
Like,
overall superstar rock
Yeah,
star like
you
that.
know,
And like you said, that was before all that social. But imagine if he was around. And he had Twitter or Instagram. Like
Pac would be on Twitter.
He'd
Just
be
causing
wild,
wars.
bro.
Yeah.
Causing
I can
wars.
only imagine that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be crazy.
He talked the baddest shit. Like,
Oh, bro, when
The
Hit 'Em Up
best,
came
the
out,
best.
Hit 'Em Up came out.
but I will say, like,
mm.
the West Coast boys are vicious because Ice Cube was a killer.
Killer.
No
We're bumping
Vaseline.
Still is.
Keep on wheels
Still
here.
is.
Like you don't want to get him
You know what I
going. You know.
Oh,
what I mean?
I'm probably gonna go see him, and I want to go see him. Actually, he's gonna be at the casino. What is it? He's gonna be out there April, I think. I want to
Yeah.
go check him out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, he's dope, man.
Oh, bro,
I
nothing like
DJ'd. I actually DJ'd for Cube one time
Oh.
Yeah.
at the fairgrounds here.
Really?
Yeah, bro, and it was crazy, bro.
Oh,
You want to talk about like we grew up listening to these people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on stage and he's fucking right there in front of me and shit, like performing. I'm just kind of like,
Starstruck? You
this shit is
starstruck or
wild.
what?
Yeah, I bet.
That's
You know
cool,
what I
dude.
yeah, man.
It's just something about them, bro. West Side Connection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Dub
are
C,
you
Mac
are you
10.
part of that old school thing coming up here? That old school show at the fairgrounds?
The fairgrounds. Which one? The
It's-
80s.
It's like a blue little flyer going around.
the back in the day one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be
okay.
there.
That's gonna be a good thing or what?
Yeah,
Dope.
yeah. Shout out to N-Dub and Nationwide. They're the ones that's doing that concert. They've been doing it. I think this is the 4th annual one.
Here or
Yeah.
they brought it here?
Yeah, because it's here. It used to be at the Atalanto Stadium,
Okay.
but they just moved it to the fairgrounds.
Seems like people are pushing away from the stadium for some
Yeah,
reason.
I don't know why.
Something must be
Yeah,
going
I don't know
on.
why. I hear a lot of good and bad things.
We've kind of heard through the grapevine too, but I'm trying to like.
Yeah.
We're trying to get the cheese may out there.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out.
I mean, I've heard little things about like the staff
Yeah.
where like they'll throw an event or like let's say you have an event, right?
Yeah.
The night before there's an event before your event and they don't clean up. So you show up and it's a fucking
mess. You gotta
mess,
fucking clean that shit
and
up.
you gotta clean it.
That's a bad
And it's
image.
like-
That's a
I
bad
mean,
look. Yeah.
It's a bad look, bro. But I don't know, man. I mean, that's just shit I hear, you know.
Yeah.
But the fairgrounds is cool. A shitload of space.
For
Yeah.
sure, it's endless there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm sure you grew up radio, listen to the radio too. I'm assuming 99.1 or
991, that was all we had, really.
KGA.
Good old Art LeBeau.
He's hottest mix.
Yeah, Joe.
Uh,
Joe's like Fat Five at Nueve.
Yeah,
I was gonna say 106, Big Boy Neighborhood. I always like
Yes.
that.
We didn't. You didn't really get it up here too much though.
Yeah.
That
No,
station.
hard. It was
yeah,
hard.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't get that up here.
You get
Yeah,
that snow.
Yeah.
you had to stick with the
103.9
Evelyn-
was rock.
103.9 was rock.
Yeah.
Was it Jesse-
94
Jesse-
something was Chooch
104.3
music. Yeah,
was
that's-
alternative.
Yeah, 102.3
Yeah.
were Chooch music.
That was VHS music.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, man.
It was.
Yeah.
I remember what was it? Jesse and Evelyn in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that 102.7?
No, that was 991.
991.
Ryan
That's when
Seacrest was
that's when they
102.7,
would
right?
set motherfuckers up. Like they're sending them roses or some shit. They see if
Oh,
they're
yeah.
remember they would cheat on them. Like
yeah.
that's cold blooded, man. On the radio.
See, that's good radio right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was, man. It was. I like you said, we grew up listening to that shit.
They have a funny group on there now on 99.1.
I don't
Yeah.
even listen to
They're
yeah,
pretty
isn't
fun.
it?
No.
Damn, I forgot
It's
his
like a
name.
4-pack.
Yeah.
Dude, they're pretty fucking.
Tino Cucino,
Yeah,
and
Tino-
somebody else.
Yeah,
huh?
dude, it's like two
Cochino, I
two
like
chicks and
Yeah,
two
yeah,
dudes.
yeah.
They're pretty good, dude.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
on the way home from the gym, we'll listen to them, and they're funny.
Yeah, they are, man. It's cool. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I know podcasting and YouTube and shit. It's where it's at now, but radio will always be there.
You think so?
I think so. I don't think it's ever going to be like at that level like it used to be, but it's always going to be there because people still want that cachet. Like, oh, my shit's on the radio,
Yeah.
or I got interviewed on a radio station.
Yeah.
Like, it still has like that little edge. for some reason.
I like the fact that you don't visually see who you're talking to, so you build a relationship with that person. Like,
Right.
you could be next to him in a store, you don't even know, but you like who you like. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly.
And then you see him, and you're like, oh.
So it's not.
Oh, dude, like,
That's
it's-
why you're in radio.
The
but
first
it-
time I saw Evan, I was like, God damn, she's fine.
Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah,
I
there's
know what she looked like.
there's no profile judgment. You're listening to the person for
Yeah.
authentic,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
who they are. So either you vibe with them, or you,
You
don't.
make it
So
up in your head, right?
Yeah, you just knew their voice.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I remember when 9/11 happened. I didn't know. I listened to it through Jeff and Evelyn on 99.1.
Yeah.
We were going to school, and they're like, What's going on?" I'm like, "I thought
Right.
it was a crank call." And then Jeff was like, "Is this crank? Is this for real?"
Who's the other dude that was on 991? He's the rapper though. He's
MC
ODM.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
He was ODM.
Yeah, he would
ODM was hard.
he would get
bro.
down sometimes.
Hell
like-
yeah.
His
Yeah, 'cause
remixes were fire.
ODM was the Fat Five and Nueve, right?
Yeah, Fat Five and
his-
Nueve,
no,
baby.
he did Bump It or Dump It.
Bump it or dump it. Remember, hey, what's up? I want to bump that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now dump that shit.
Yeah,
dump
that
it.
shit's
Yeah.
whack.
Yeah.
Whack, dump it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course, the one and the only Art LeBeau.
Oh, come on. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
G.
peace,
Yeah.
Dude, I spent a lot of time like with my grandma growing up, and she'd always have that on.
Sundays,
I'm like,
baby,
Yeah,
Sunday
you'd be
dinner.
cruising like
Sunday dinner, that's on the radio.
yeah.
It's playing. Pops is barbecuing. That's we're
Good
listening to
day.
Art
Hey,
LeBeau.
what about KC's Love Zone?
Yeah.
Casey's loves that.
That was 99.1 at late.
Yeah,
Late-
that's
late-
right.
late
That's
at night,
what-
yeah.
That's what the fuck music.
The R&B and shit would be coming on. Yeah,
that's when
Casey and
you take your
JoJo.
hand job in the
Casey-
car.
Casey
or
and JoJo.
That's when Babyface would come on and shit. You're like, oh, it's the fucking Love Zone.
Fucking D'Angelo's coming on.
D'Angelo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Park right there on the street. Like, all right, girl, give me
Yeah.
hand me or what? Put on that.
Yeah.
Put that Genuine on and
Yeah.
fucking get it. Yeah.
There was a couple
Pony.
times where I'd be listening to the Love Zone and there'd be a girl giving me a shout out and shit. And I'm like, oh, motherfucker, that was me and shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, like I said, I was telling, I tell the youngsters, man, like they don't know, bro.
don't know
Back
about
in
that.
the day,
Yeah.
you hear a jam, get the tape,
Yeah,
the tape,
yeah,
and
yeah,
press
yeah.
play. Like
Yeah.
you have like a shit ton of
Rewind it
commercials.
yourself.
Yeah,
You gotta rewind it yourself.
and you gotta time it. You gotta time it.
Oh,
All right,
man.
here we go. Here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
let's
No one
be
fuck
real.
with it.
Yeah, nobody fuck
The,
with
wor-
it.
the worst is when it got recorded over.
Yeah, oh, dude, because you be rocking out, all of a sudden it's a new song. Like the fuck?
Who did this?
Who did this?
Yeah, man.
Who fucking terrorist did this to me?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I'm saying, yeah, like I got my nephew over here. He's what, like 15, and he don't know nothing about like LimeWire and
Oh,
Napster.
bro. Hey, let me tell you something.
Napster
Let me
and
tell you
LimeWire.
something. If you want to fucking, if you like the girl, you're burning that bitch's
Oh,
seat.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
dropping it to
I
with a
did
little
this for you.
writing custom shit
Baby
on it.
Dash #1.
Yeah.
So fly.
And all the songs got to be good because you
Yeah.
can only put 12 songs on
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah, yeah. You know how
Yeah.
you know how much time we used
And
to
if your-
spend on
and if your list
LimeWire.
was off, she fucking.
Yeah,
she's like,
Napster, dude. I spent a lot of time on Napster and LimeWire
Yeah.
downs. Oh, I like this. I like this.
Yeah, man.
Even Gabby, like when we first met, I hook her up some shit all the time. We
Yeah.
talk about it now. We
Then you
laugh.
download a song, it doesn't sound good. You're like, fuck! And you
Yeah,
gotta
on
like
the
delete
CD,
it, get
you
another
gotta-
one.
you
Gotta find a
Yeah.
different
You got
file.
the bad quality one.
She's
Yeah.
gonna know my computer sucks. She's not gonna kiss me.
I think I'm poor.
Yeah.
Those are the good old days.
Oh,
man.
bro, the LimeWire and the Napster.
Did you get the
God.
Sharpie and you write on the
Yeah.
CD?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Little extra.
Hot mix.
Yeah.
A hot mix for the hottie.
Yeah. Here you go, baby. Here you go, baby.
Put it in a little case, like nice
Hey,
little case.
Hey, you drop one Trina song in that motherfucker. It's
Oh,
already
damn.
nasty, you know
We're
what I'm
all
saying?
we were all DJs at one point,
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly. No,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, just
We're
Yeah,
making our own
yeah.
playlist, huh?
Right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. Like I remember one time I was talking to this broad. I made her a mix CD, and then she was like, "You don't know the track list?" I'm like, "This bitch,
So-
this
Like,
ungrateful
damn.
bitch.
I have a
You want me to write down the track list?" Like,
Damn, she was bougie.
yeah,
that was Joe's girl.
Yeah.
We had a buddy. I don't know if I talked to you guys about this. He was like a porn dude.
Okay.
So like he wanted to make a porn or whatever. Hey Al, I'm coming through. He's like, what do you want? You know what I want. Like you come over and go to his library. All right, burn all this shit on this, and you can leave.
Nice.
But that full
I need that H Street
Latinas,
homie.
yeah, the MILF Hunter, the in the
MILF
VIP. All
That's another thing kids will never know is how
Yeah.
hard it was to come by porn back then.
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, dude.
That reminds me of that movie. Which one is it? With 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Of course.
Remember, he's like, yeah,
My box of porn.
Boner Jams 03.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
He had his own fucking mixtapes and shit.
Yeah. He's like, no, Andy, I don't want your big box of porn.
I even remember being
Come
back in
on,
the day
man.
at a friend's house and fucking on top of like the TV stand would be a VHS porn.
Yeah.
Like so his parents leave, they put it in. You'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" Like old school shit.
Yeah, dude. We be at my mom's. Oh, so when we finally afforded to get us a computer. I remember my boy Scott. He was across the street. He come over, and we were like, "All right, we we're gonna watch the porn. But we were watching porn like, back in the day growing up, you'd laugh.
Yeah,
See
you're watching with your
yeah,
buddies.
holy
Yeah, it's
shit.
funny. Yeah,
Ain't nobody hard. Nobody's jacking off.
Yeah.
It's just funny shit.
Yeah, you're just like, and he's piping a bitch down, doggy, and you're all laughing like, like a bunch of fucking losers.
Right.
Nobody's hard.
Bush City.
Yeah, Bush City, dude. And then like my mom would like knock on the door, and we all separate. Whoom.
Yeah.
But like all the chairs would be in front of the computer monitors. Like, what were you guys doing? We're like, nothing. Nothing. I swear.
Yeah.
Don't touch the mouse.
That's
Don't
right.
touch the mouse.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
That's the old days, bro. They don't know, man. They don't know. The payphones, the house cords.
Yeah.
Shit.
I still think about my buddy's mom. One time we went out to go smoke, like the first time we were smoking some weed or whatever. We were like in high school.
Yeah.
And I remember we thought we were all good. We came back to the house. She's like, come here. We're like, we're good. She's like, let me smell your fingers. She knew like the old school. I'm like we're all busted.
You're like, no, she got us.
You're going home. You're going home. You're going home.
Yeah.
Ricky,
Yeah,
you're
man.
mine.
The bitch got the drop on us.
Yeah.
Right? I hit you. The bitch got the drop on us.
Yeah.
Our backs against
Your
the wall.
shit's your trouble's my trouble.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I've got that. My Mama V caught us. We were all getting. My brother looked like he was fucking 35 years old when he was like 18. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Well, bro, we went to hashtag the Mesa Mart that would sell you anything.
Oh hell yeah.
Bro, you walk in
The
that thing,
drive-thru?
you're like, hey, hey.
The drive-through one?
No, it's right. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, right there on Arrowhead. Dude.
Oh okay.
Dude, you walk in there, he'd be like, what's up? And you're like,
Yeah.
he motherfucker knows you're a kid. He'd be
Yeah.
like, as long as you got money, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But so we all bought
Good old
Budweiser.
days, yeah.
Budweiser. That's what we
Yeah.
bought, Budweiser. And then we're all just getting hammered off fucking that piece of shit beer.
Like two of them. Huh?
Oh, dude, we're all just wasted, 12-pack, and we all ended up passing out.
Yeah.
And my mom came home, and she opened up, and she saw it. The empty, right? So
Yeah,
then
yeah.
she wakes us up. Good morning, mi amores. And we're like, hi, Mom. But we're all hungover. We're like, did you hide the alcohol? And we're
She
we
probably
don't know,
cleaned
right?
it up,
So,
huh?
Yeah,
dude, she makes us a big breakfast.
Right.
And we're all sitting at the table, and then she's like serving us, and she grabs the fucking spatula and goes, BAM! Who had the beer? We're like, ah! We blame my friend Jordan, like put the whole, his parents are breaking up,
That's
and he needed a
crazy.
drink.
That's
So-
funny.
Mama V would have hit him. or
Yeah,
what?
she was afraid to hit us. Is it yours? Is it yours, Wayne? He's like, yes, yes. We're like, take the
Ooh.
fall for us.
Fly swatter, the chancla, whatever. It
Whatever.
Is,
Hey,
huh? Whack your
like
ass.
she's
huh?
like, she had them all on her apron. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? The attachments.
Like a utility
The
belt and
fucking-
shit.
Yeah,
Like different
What do you
shit
want?
to
I
hit
got
you
the
with.
wooden spatula,
Oh, dude.
the broken hanger,
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
thought
to
of-
scratch you. You know what I mean?
I used to get hit in the head with the wooden spoon. Fuck
Ooh.
that motherfucker. I remember the pain
Hell
right
yeah.
now. Talking whack. You're
Yeah.
like,
My grandma used to
what
throw
just happened?
forks.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah, she used to be like, shout out. It's in Spanish and shit,
Yeah.
talking shit, and they'd be like, wow, you see a fork. Oh, damn.
You just
know what I
laying
mean?
there?
Yeah. It would be a butter knife and shit. You're like, damn, throw that shit hard enough. That shit will stick. You know what I'm
Cállate,
saying?
cabrón.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the good
For
old
real.
days where you used to get beat, but that's why we are how we are.
It is, bro. You know, nowadays you can't even threaten your kids that you're going to whoop their ass. You know what I mean?
Everyone's in everyone's business.
Yeah, you know, these kids are so quick. Like, I'll call the cops. It's like, damn, how do you know how to do that shit?
Bro, I
Who
tried
taught
that
you
one
that?
Could you
time, and
imagine
my
if you
mom
told your
fucked me
parents-
up.
Yeah. Oh, hell no, bro.
Yeah, she'll tell that story to this day. Tell them the story, Jacob. And I was like, I came home from second grade, and I told my mom, if you ever put a hand on me again, Miss Robertson said I could call the cops. She's like, oh, yeah? Where's Miss Robertson now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know.
yeah, that's crazy.
She's like, come
man.
here and close that door. Ha! 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 You know? I'm like, fuck Miss
I'm
Robertson.
never-
She got me beat.
I'm never calling the cops again.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
You're going to call the paramedics. That's what you're going to call. I'm like, oh, God.
It's just a different time now.
For sure.
Everything
Yeah.
in all aspects, man. You know what I mean? That's just like these young kids. They got everything. I ain't trying to be that old guy that's like, you guys got it better, because we used to say that shit.
100%.
Yeah,
I used to walk
yeah,
10
because
miles.
the older people used to say that shit about us
Yeah, 100%.
all
we
the
just
time.
used to ride our bike. We didn't have to walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Now
crazy.
you leave the house. Your kid wants a Starbucks. Your kid wants a McDonald's. Your kids wants to stop by Target. You're like, look at them.
I see kids with bikes. They don't even have pegs on them.
yeah.
I'm like, we had pegs on our shit.
Take the homie with you.
we had the homie in the front and the
on
back. you know
Yeah,
what I
had the
mean?
handlebars and the pegs in the back.
What the hell?
With the basket, jump on, fool.
Yeah.
Or like it's that good old meme where you had to find all your friends out, find out where all the bikes are parked.
Exactly.
100%. 100%.
Drinking out of the water hose.
The languera, you had to wait like a minute because it was hot. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
That's why a lot
yeah,
of us.
or it tastes like rubber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why a lot of us didn't get sick when COVID came.
I eat ass, homie. I'm not
Yeah,
worried about that.
yeah.
I ain't worried about that.
That's what I'm
COVID?
saying.
Ah!
Yeah, exactly.
But no, he's like the garden because back in the day, you're really thirsty. You could knock on somebody's door like, "Hey, can I get some water out the hose?" Handle
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Shut
Hose
you
water
back.
is so good, dude.
It was.
It has like that taste to it. you
or
know?
when you're at the park and then you got the water fountain there.
Yeah.
That water was fire, bro. I used to like that shit.
Free water. You're
That was
happy.
our, and that was our water bottle.
Yeah, that was our water bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's like, don't forget your water bottle, Timmy.
Yeah.
Don't forget your water bottle. Yes, Mom. A little.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right.
great.
Like, fuck you, mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat shit. I'm gonna TikTok superstar.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So what's up, bro? Tell us where you from? Tell the world, man. Tell the story, baby.
Man, I'm straight high desert kid, bro. I was telling the homie right here, I was born at St. Mary's Hospital, dog.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay.
I was born in St. Mary's, but I grew up my whole life in Victorville.
Okay.
Old Town Victorville.
Old Town?
Old Town.
The one and only.
The one and only,
The one and
bro.
only.
So yeah, like I grew up. I went to all elementary right there. Went to high school
Delray.
there. Delray. I went to Delray,
Okay.
and then I went to Victor Junior High,
Yep.
and then I
Victor
went
High.
to fucking Victor High. Got
Okay.
kicked out of Victor High and had to graduate from Goodwill. At the
Goodwill
train tracks.
continuation right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
So
bro.
You be kicking at Evadale on the weekends at the park,
All
huh?
day, bro. Evadale, Avalon
Adam
Park.
got
Yeah.
you scoped. Adam got you scoped
I
already.
used to.
Yeah.
I lived on Lacey Street, right
Oh,
next
you
to
were right
Center
there.
Street. Yeah, I grew
Yeah,
up all
yeah,
over
yeah.
there running around, so
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, oh, it was active right there.
Oh, yeah.
Lacey and Tracy Street right there. Yeah,
the,
that's
the
where.
alley in the back too.
The
I
alley
seen
in
my
the
dad
back.
scrap out a couple times in the
Oh,
alley in the back.
really?
Yeah, bro. I've been.
Yeah.
I grew up in.
Yeah,
I didn't grow up like this guy.
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah, my house was like right there by Winchell's Donuts.
So
Okay.
check this
On
out. Check
7th
this
Street.
out. This is a story
Yeah, so
I
it
tell
was right
people.
there.
Every fucking morning, my mom would take me to the donut shop, and I'd have to get out myself and go get my donuts, and the lady inside would have my warm donut ready for me, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
go and pay myself and get back in the car, go to school.
Right. Yeah, because Love's Lane, that alley,
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
It was right there,
Just
bro.
keep your ass out of there.
Keep your ass out of there. Don't go there at night. You're fucking stupid if you roll through
My
there.
dad would tell me, "You see the street lights? You better get your asses inside."
Exactly.
Yeah.
And dude, it was so bad that I had a buddy that lived 3 streets over. If I was late, I could hear him whistle. I'm
That was
like,
your
oh, I
dad?
gotta go.
I'm gonna get beat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'd
but-
be waiting right there, fucking smoking a joint. Hey, what'd I
Yeah.
tell you? I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
here.
But you know what though? It was fun living down there, bro. I had
Yeah.
a lot of fun being there. I mean, yeah, you didn't know like stuff would happen. You know what I mean? But
You're naive to all that.
yeah, you know what I mean? Because to us it was normal.
Mhm.
You know, I was telling my mom the other day because she was just like, yeah, like I can't believe that. You know, we were lived down here this whole time and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah. I was like, but you know what though, man? Like you get in with the good and the bad too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You
Like,
kind of know how to learn to
yeah,
navigate.
you kind of learn how to navigate. And like I said, there was nothing to do down there.
Mhm.
The only thing to
crack.
do down there was get in trouble.
Yeah.
Smoke weed, get drunk. You know.
You seen the fools down there doing it at the park?
Oh, of
you know what I'm
course,
saying?
bro. I see all the zombies all the time, just mobbing through. You know what I mean? That was normal.
But after a while, they all respect. Like you kind of knew
Yeah,
who was who.
everybody
and-
knew who
yeah.
each other was and all that, and it was cool. You know, I tell you right now, bro. I used to get nervous when I would be in other places, and I used to be like around, like I'll go down the hill and like the nice areas. I would get like nervous. I feel out of place sometimes.
Unfamiliar.
You know what I mean? And I'm just kind of like, oh shit. I feel like they were always looking at me like I was, you know,
Trouble.
in trouble.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we get that now still.
yeah, You know,
Everyone's like, how come you don't go to Laguna Beach? I'm like,
yeah.
I feel like you ever walking in like Gucci or Louis Vuitton, you just know you're being fucking judged, dude.
Yeah,
like, they don't even
bro.
help you because like, nah, you don't got the money for this.
Yeah.
place. They're like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
No, I bought my. My chick has some Gucci stuff, and I went in there one day in Palm Springs though,
yeah.
and I told my chick, I ain't never fucking going back there in my life. I do not belong there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I said, guys, like, you can afford this, and I pulled out the cash. He's like, oh, right back here, sir.
Yeah, hell
I'm never
yeah.
paying for it, but I'm like, I remember walking out the store and like looking around all
Yeah.
the people and shit. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Hell yeah.
I feel like it's just confidence, dude, because you walk in there and then you're like, I don't give a fuck what you think. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, let me see those shoes. Give me that belt. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, okay. You know? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
but-
Yeah, it was crazy though, you know, because down there I got lucky because I have a huge family. All my family's from the high desert.
Okay.
Like I got one of the biggest families out here and shit. So I didn't have to join no gang. Because
We're gonna get a lot of views, guys.
yeah,
That's what I got from that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, bro, like I didn't have to join no gang. I didn't have to do nothing like that because
It'd be, oh, so and so, you related to so and so?
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
he's good.
anytime I'll talk,
That's good and bad. Though,
It
G. You
was.
know what I mean?
It
That's
was.
good and bad.
yeah, anytime I'll talk to a girl, I had to check that ID, make sure we weren't related or some shit. You know what I mean?
Like, where you live? By
Yeah,
who?
I'm like, who's your mom?
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah.
what's your dad's
No,
name? Oh,
please,
shit.
God, no.
Yeah.
He's all
Can't
calling his Nino. When he gets home, he's calling his Nino. Hey, you know so and so?
Yeah. Oh man, crazy, bro. But yeah, so I didn't, there was nothing to do down there, but I had like a cousin in every corner that lived in every fucking house. You know what I mean? So we
find
were
something
always,
to do,
we were always
yeah.
finding something to do and getting in trouble, and that's how I got into the music shit. It's because one of my cousins, he was starting to do like, this is when record labels were like popping back then.
Okay.
You
It
know?
was a thing.
It was a thing. So he wanted to like start his own label called Everlasting Entertainment. So he was like, rapping and producing artists and shit like that. And I was getting in trouble. You know, in high school, I was always fighting and I was doing all kinds of stupid shit.
Who wasn't?
Yeah, and then he told me one day, he was like, man, you got a lot of potential, you got a lot of talent. Like, you should join, you know, my team over here, and I'll teach you the business and shit like
Old
that.
school recruitment.
Right, but he told me straight up, he goes, but the only way you can kick it with me is if you stay out of trouble and you graduate high school.
He was
And
looking
I
out
was
for
like,
you.
what? I was like, hell no. I was like, nah, man, I want to, you know, I like
Trouble.
I like being trouble, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
But he was looking out for you.
but he goes,
100%.
all right. But then I really thought about it, and I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna give it a shot. And then I told her, hey, I'm down, you know. And I've been straight ever since, bro. That's when I learned how to DJ, learn how to make beats, learn how to write music.
Changed your whole life.
He changed my life.
Changed your whole
yeah,
life.
yeah, he really did, bro. And then thank God for that shit, because if he didn't, I would have easily got caught up in drugs or whatever it was, because I was already into it. I thought that's what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was the way of the world.
I really
It was
thought
the way
that
of the world.
I thought I was supposed to go to jail. I thought I was supposed to go to
Burn your
fucking
stripes and
yeah.
do bullshit.
You know what I mean? He showed me a whole different thing. Was like, nah, we could do some other shit. We could do music. We could learn marketing, promoting, shit like that. Learn how to make a music video or something productive. You know. So that's why I was like, all right, man, that should change my life. You know.
So that's where you've been your whole pretty much existence.
Pretty much, man. You know what I mean?
Good
So,
shit. Good shit.
but once I learned how to DJ, I was about his age when I was already DJing weddings and shit. Like, I was DJing like full fucking. I was in clubs. I wasn't even old enough to be in there.
That's the old school shit. You
Yeah.
could get away with back in the day.
You know, they used to have security guards stand next to me and shit while I'm DJing. And after I get done, they would take my ass right out. Yeah.
So would you get your own gigs, or he would kind of?
At first, I would roll with him,
Yeah.
and I would meet all his people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was networking at a young age, meeting all his promoters and shit like that. And after a while, I started making my own little mixtapes.
Okay.
You know, and I was selling them like dope. You know what I mean?
The
Yeah.
mixtape.
That's what I'm saying. The mixtape era, bro. Like, I come from that shit.
DJ drama.
Yeah, bro.
Gangsta Grills.
Yeah,
Ooh.
DJ Who
DJ
Kid and all that.
Yeah.
You know.
There's so much good shit back then.
Yeah, you know. So I started making my own mixtapes, and I used to go to the mall, and I used to sling them outside the
Parking
mall.
lot, baby.
In the parking
Parking
lot.
lot.
Yeah, I used to be out there in the parking lot.
It was either cologne, bootleg movies.
They got me with the cologne.
DVDs.
They got me the cologne.
Everybody.
I'm like, this don't smell
They're
like
usually all in a
eternity.
suit. They be in a suit walking down the street with cologne. You're
and
like,
they would always say,
With
the
a black
this is the
duffel bag.
panty dropper right here,
Yeah.
bro. The panty dropper
Smell
cologne.
it.
I'm like, man,
they give you 10 to smell. You don't know what to get.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's why I go home and smile. I'm like, this ain't eternity, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, I
The
gotta
bootleg
make-
one
Yeah.
used to get me. I got once or
Smells like
twice,
Jack
and then it'd be bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck this bootleg motherfucker. Get
Yeah,
out of
man.
here.
I've heard a couple. I had a couple. Fuck, what was his name? He gave me his shit at Best. No, he gave me his mixtape at Circuit City.
Oh,
When the Circuit City used to be
right there
on.
on Mariposa.
Yes,
Woo!
yes,
I used to
yes.
buy all my shit
Yeah,
there,
we
man.
walked out. I was like, come
Yeah.
on, ma.
Oh, shit,
that's
God
where the-
damn it. Give me
That's
money
where
so I can buy his big
the
CD.
Planet Fitness is now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good days in there, dude.
Oh, dude.
This is some good times right now.
Yeah, dude. But
Circuit City
that's
was
where,
popping.
That's where I got a mixtape from. I forgot.
Because I don't even think Best Buy was up here then.
No, this was
No.
Circuit City.
Yeah.
Town.
No,
homie.
that's all it was. It
Yeah.
wasn't Best Buy yet. You only had to go there.
Yeah, not yet, because before Circuit City, there was Warehouse.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about
Warehouse
that.
Talked about
music.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good old days.
Yeah,
man.
see,
You had to
those
go
were good
shop
old days.
for your shit.
That was when you could buy your tapes and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Tapes, your VHS tapes, your
Poster.
fuck-
If you wanted a poster, you get a poster
Get
in there.
You
yourself
could
a
even
poster.
get vinyl. That was when vinyl was
Vinyls,
still
Vinyl,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I was
records
doing.
were in there,
Yeah,
bro.
a lot of it.
Yeah. See, when I started DJing, bro, there wasn't Serato and the laptops weren't around yet.
Mhm.
It was still vinyl was still there, but
It
it
was
was
still
starting to disintegrate a little bit.
Yeah.
See, the DJ game has like it comes and it goes
Mhm.
because right now vinyl's in
Back.
now,
Yeah.
but there was a long period of time, bro. No one didn't want to fuck with vinyl at all.
It
They
was
were
just
like, hell
bulky,
no.
a lot of bullshit.
Just-
Dude,
yeah.
you have to show up with cases like those little
Of crates,
milk
bro.
crates. Those
Yeah,
milk crates,
yeah.
and they be
And those shits are heavy, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we have to carry amps and then
Yeah.
carry the turntables. It was
Yeah.
now everything's all compacted, you know. But it's starting to come back
Yeah.
because then the fucking
So
nostalgia.
is the machines that they use to play vinyl better now? The same or
Oh,
like
you know what, man? Honestly, bro, as far as sound, no,
no?
because there's nothing like when you play a needle, when you put that needle on a vinyl, and you can hear that
Crisp.
that crisp
Oh,
and the
there-
pops
Yeah.
Yes.
and little pops. You
Yes.
can't get that on digital.
Hello.
It's warm.
Hello.
It's like a warm sound.
It's like your home.
It is.
it's a warm
yeah. You
feeling,
can
yeah.
literally feel it.
Yeah.
Digital is digital. Everything's all compressed.
Yeah.
So it takes away the quality of sound now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's more easier. It's faster.
It's convenient.
It's convenient.
Everything's convenient.
It's all convenient.
That's what
But
today's
if
life
you
is.
want that like good feel,
Old school feel.
vinyl
Yeah,
would never
vinyl,
go
baby.
away.
I got my vinyl player.
I have
I
a
love
buddy-
it. Yeah.
Do you?
I love it, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's cool when you. My favorite part's when you first started that.
You have to be said.
Yeah, yeah.
Drop that needle.
Yeah.
So the one the one I got a bunch of old vinyls. But man, I have the one that you lift the latch, it lifts it up. and
Yeah.
You turn it.
Yep.
perfect,
Mm-hmm.
and it drops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sound though it makes is like one
Yeah.
of a
You ever
kind.
heard of Durant Jones, The Indications? You ever
Yeah.
heard of them? Oh, bro, them on vinyl.
Popping.
Oh, nothing
Poppin'.
better than a joint and some fucking Durant.
Yeah,
Indications.
I still got my Technique 1200s. I
Okay.
still have them, bro, and I will never ever get rid of those shits.
You know what's
Ever.
crazy? Like even now, when I feel like with the newer generation, like because we're all in that from that time frame.
Yeah.
Do you remember like the people that had the fucking banger systems in their car? It's not that around no more.
Yeah,
you notice
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit?
it's
And,
not.
like,
Yeah.
it's not that around. Like, guys, I got my
Well,
foot
it's-
subs.
It's
and
around.
this and that.
It's the car seat though. Like
Those
you have to be in the car
subwoofers.
seat, and then you hear it. But you don't like driving down the road. You don't hear that shit no
No,
more.
not no more. Before it was more. It was bass. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now it's like.
It's cool. I still
It's a-
like it when I hear it going down the road. A big old bass system. I'm like,
But it's got to be
that's
done right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your car can't be fucking rattling. It's like bro, get it together.
Like, a lot of the new cars, dude, just got good systems now.
They
You know,
do.
they're getting
Mostly
so much
Boses
better.
and-
Yeah.
yeah.
the
Yeah, and then you
Sonys
got
and
your
stuff.
bass knob too. You can control the bass.
Yeah.
You know, before the bass knob, it was whatever came out. That's what came out.
Well, you had to
You
have
couldn't
a-
control
Yeah.
that bass knob
You
and
need to
shit.
have
That Pioneer CD player? What?
a good radio guy to adjust your shit. Like
Yeah.
whoever's installing it.
Yeah,
would be-
I see those memes of like it's like kids today won't know the black CD book as you're going through
Oh,
your CDs,
bro.
going through your AKA going through your track list. You
I
know
had,
what
I had,
mean?
I had the
Like,
biggest one, bro. My book was fucking huge, bro. God damn, I used to carry that shit with me everywhere.
like a
You know
little,
what I mean?
like a little
Yeah.
fucking Avery
I
folder.
don't miss that.
you don't
No,
miss that?
No, dude, I like my
Is it-
Spotify.
Yeah.
You know how hard
Yeah,
it was to get in like
Spotify.
you're fucking trying to, like,
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy because like for me, like we all know I'm a movie guy, so
Mm.
you're coming for somebody that had what did I have at one point? I had like 3,000 Blu-rays. I had like
Mm.
3,000 DVDs.
Mm.
So when I moved away from, but I always kept my the 5 sets of
Yeah.
VHS tapes that I loved. All the Rockies, all the Rambos, Predator 1, Top Gun.
Yeah,
and
it
RoboCop.
they
And
come
I
little
have
set.
my VHS
yeah,
tapes.
had
that was-
cardboard,
Hey,
little
they will not leave.
Yeah.
Like those are mine.
It comes
You know
with a
what I mean?
dope ass book inside
Yeah,
with
it's
pictures
like,
and shit.
yeah, with the old school flyer tip.
See, man, you
know what I
youngsters guys don't get none of
Tell
that
'em,
shit no
man.
more,
Tell
man.
'em,
God
man.
Like,
damn.
it's right
Tell 'em,
here.
man.
I got it. It's right here.
I got yours right
He's
here.
like, yeah, motherfucker, it's right here.
So what the hell's a book? Fuck a book.
Yeah.
You mean Netflix?
But, like, but it's crazy. So like, you know, if you go on like Voodoo, like for me, Voodoo or Fandango, there's my library.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
there,
but
you know?
tell me how much you don't miss. Like, hey, Jake, let's go to the music store.
For sure.
You be there 2-3
I
hours.
loved it, bro.
Like hanging
I
out with
loved
your
it.
buddy, no trouble.
The
Oh,
new,
go get some
I remember
food.
when M's first album dropped.
Oh,
Oh, dude,
I think I was in third grade, second.
Slim
third
Shady
grade.
LP.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was. I
Everybody's
remember I
around.
begged
Hi,
my mom.
my name is.
My mom was all, "We're going to Walmart." No, because it was going to be edited.
Yeah.
'Cause the Walmart. edited
Yeah,
it.
they don't sell the dirty
No,
version.
Mom.
That's
Target
right.
would.
Yeah, Target. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, "Can we just go to Target?" She's like, "All right, we'll go to Target."
Yeah.
So we're going to Target.
Yeah, I was a
Parental
weird ass
advisory.
kid, bro. Growing up, bro, like you know, when kids were into toys and shit, like my mom would be like, "Let's go to like that Walmart or Target," and then kids want to go in the toy section. I want to go in the CD section.
Of course.
And I would
I
stay in
was
there
too.
the whole time.
Yeah.
And I liked everything, bro. I liked rock music. I liked hip hop. I liked every fucking thing. You know what I
You
mean?
guys remember VH1 morning, like the pop-up radio?
Oh yeah, pop-up radio.
Pop-up video.
Yeah, and
sorry,
the little bubbles will
They,
pop up.
with information.
Yeah.
Every day before school, you
Yeah,
turn that
man.
shit on. Listen to
No, I was always
AMTV.
MTV.
Yeah,
MTV for me.
Oh,
Get
MTV.
ready.
That was back when they played music on
It
MTV.
was music television.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially with
DJ.
you get up, bro. You put that morning going through all the the
didn't
videos.
have-
all
yeah,
the videos are
just
playing where you're
get
getting
ready.
ready. Like,
I always remember Celine Dion on VH1 though.
oh, for sure. It was.
Oh,
it
she was a
always on
beast.
it, right?
Yeah.
that was her.
Yeah.
Like that was her domain.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean. A couple of like old school rock would be on there,
Yeah.
like old school rocks, but like all the modern shit, the boy band shit.
I used to love
That was
Behind
all-
the Music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind the
Mine
music
was
on
MTV
VH.
Diaries. You think you
Diaries
know.
was popping.
You think you know, but
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some good shit.
Yeah.
Who was the Kurt?
Kurt. He was the news reporter.
Yeah, yeah.
On
Kurt.
Kurt
MTV
Cameron,
News.
He'd be like, "Hi, blah blah blah." It'd be the MTV
Hey, but
news.
they'd only
Kurt
do the-
Rotor.
Kurt Rotor.
Kurt Rotor.
And there was like
Yeah.
what was it,
Kurt Loder.
the last 5 minutes of every hour, or what,
Yeah.
what was it? It was a little.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Yeah.
He'd pop up, give
Yeah.
you
Every
MTV
like
news.
little update
Yeah.
or whatever. Sometimes he'd be across the world or like something going on.
And of course, Carson Daly was.
Of course,
He was
the
the man.
G, bro.
He's the OG.
Yeah. Carson
TRL,
Daly. Yes.
TRL. I'd be
TRL.
like, over my ass, Backstreet Boys beat Eminem today.
Bro,
like
keep-
TRL, yeah.
Some of my favorite memories were on TRL.
For
Like,
sure.
I remember when they debuted the Dr. Dre and Snoop Still Dre video.
Yes.
I remember that on TRL.
Yes.
And Eminem.
And that was such a big deal when he came back. with the
Yeah,
Chronic 2000.
I
It was such
remember
a big
that,
deal.
bro. Or even like Korn, they would say, "Hey, this is a brand new Korn video today," and they'd be like, "What?" Like,
Korn was super dope back
yeah,
then.
bro.
Bizkit.
Limp
Limp
Bizkit was
Bizkit.
my shit, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like,
Dude,
what's up? A white boy wearing a Yankee hat?
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
let's
You know
see.
what's crazy? That shit comes on and I know it word for word.
Right.
Yeah,
All
it's
the
good
fucking
music.
stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
me
like,
too. Yeah.
It's good music.
Yeah, I remember when they debuted Nookie.
Yeah.
I remember on TRL, bro.
Nookie.
Yeah,
What?
so you could get the
Stick
and
in
it
that
was
cookie.
like-
Stick it up your
yeah,
beer.
but like,
Stick
I
it up-
remember that, man.
Good
Like, and it was
shit.
live.
Not too hard for you, Joe? Too hard for you? Or you more like, you're like, turn those guys
No, I
off?
had a couple Limp Bizkit albums.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hot dog flavored water is my favorite.
Dude,
Oh,
the
classic.
remix, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the. Is that the?
As keep rolling.
Oh, with DMX and Redman.
Method Man.
Yeah, Method
Shut
Man.
the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
Banger,
up.
bro. That's
They did
banger.
one. They did one. New old songs. Have you heard that one?
No.
Dude, they redid all their old stuff, like and redid
Oh,
it.
really?
Super dope.
That's when Kid Rock came out. Kid Rock came
I remember
out, changed
that.
the game.
Yep.
With Ball at the Ball.
Yep.
Then you had
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit. You
Limp
had
Bizkit's
Korn.
Korn.
You had fucking just those.
Red Hot Chili
Red,
Peppers was
that's
popping.
my goat band.
Yeah,
right there,
yeah,
bro.
Red Hot
That
Chili
was-
Papa
Peppers.
Roach.
Papa
Papa
Roach,
Roach.
bro.
Yep.
So there was a
Even-
show that came on. It was on the USA. Remember the USA Network?
Yeah.
Right.
So me and my brother and my sister would stay up late. I think it was Monday nights, and he would host it on MTV. He was a chubby white guy. He talked like that. His name was Matt. Remember him?
Was he bald headed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
a
yeah.
rocker. He had the tattoo flames.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
always wore like a
Yep.
black collared shirt. What's
Yeah.
up? It's Matt. He used to do Headbangers Ball.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
Well,
this one.
it was like some weird show on the radio or on USA, and they debuted it. It was when Cypress Hill dropped Skull and Bones, the rock album.
Mm.
So, and they had Papa Roach open for
Papa
them.
Roach.
And we just see a bunch of dudes dressed in Dickies with Chucks and the Dickie
all
shirt.
black.
Crazy.
Last Resort. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, they're
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, they were
how
hard,
they
yeah.
transitioned into emos.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
No,
Pretty
the
wild.
Last Resort was a killer.
Last
Oh,
Resort
yeah.
was a
Fuck
banger.
crazy.
yeah, dude. That was a great.
You know, I remember about TRL. There was you guys remember Woodstock?
Of
Yeah.
course. With
Bro,
DMX.
Woodstock
Well,
99.
DMX.
I show that to my son every fucking time. I'm
Yes.
like, he'll show me like
Yeah.
this little video. A little baby came
Yeah.
out, touring the microphone.
Yeah, I'm really trying to show him a lot of DMX shit. I'm like, study DMX.
That's a goat,
he
baby.
was
That's a goat.
he's a goat.
That's a
But I
goat.
remember like watching TRL and they were showing how the Woodstock they were lighting it all on fire.
Mhm.
Remember? They were
Mhm.
trashing it and everything like that. I remember like watching that shit live. Like,
Dude,
this
remember
is
you
wild.
could people as far as you could see.
As far as crazy.
Like how?
and then Limp Bizkit and Korn jumps on there and then everybody just
Wait, nuts.
goes nuts.
Jorge, bring up DMX at
Woodstock.
Woodstock.
Yeah, that's all you gotta put.
Dude, he's over there. I remember he's in Tim's red
Overalls.
red overall. There he is, right there.
Oh,
my
classic,
God.
bro.
one of
Insane.
the most famous performances.
Insane,
Ever.
man.
Just a sea of look at that shit. Oh, Rough Riders. Rest in peace, baby.
I had to been like in 5th grade when that
Yeah.
shit came out. Crazy.
I'm the same age as you, so it's
Yeah,
really similar.
yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that, man.
There ain't no shit like that today.
No.
Hey, and Woodstock had every type of genre,
Insane,
like
bro.
all kinds of music.
Yeah,
Like,
James
came out.
Brown was even on that concert. Willie Nelson, they
dude,
were,
yeah,
you know what I
everybody,
mean?
yeah. It's like the Coachella has nothing compared to this.
Right.
Look, they're moshing at DMX, bro. They're moshing at DMX, bro.
Insane, man.
He was so hard.
That's got to be a thrill.
was
Like
so hard.
up there on
So
the
dope.
stage, seeing all that.
Did you fuck with DMX growing
Oh
up?
yeah, all that shit.
Oh,
Well, you got to
dude.
remember too, because like,
Dude, the Rough Riders were the shit.
well,
back
because
then.
like, you know, Pac was Pac, but I was a little too young for Pac. Like, I missed Pac because
I was the
Pac
same.
died
like,
in 1996.
like same as you.
I was
Like
probably like in we were like 2nd grade.
yeah, I was.
He was kind of like our Tupac a little
Yeah.
bit.
I get that.
Because
You-
my
you-
cousins
you know
all
what I
that were
mean?
about older. They're about Tupac. They're like your age
Right,
and older,
right.
so they're up more to that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But I love Pac though.
Oh,
Growing up.
bro. Like, so I tell everybody, you see the stages. When DMX was the man. Fuck,
It says
dude.
that Woodstock there was 220,000 people.
That's insane.
But just for reference, EDC pulls in 400, a little over
Ooh.
400,000
Now?
people. Yeah, yeah. every
Hey, but
year.
EDC
One day?
EDC is
No,
crazy.
for a weekend, like a festival
so
weekend. or
that's
something like that.
that's how was
They
Woodstock?
said they sold 200,000, but they said I guess another 20 or so would slip through or whatever. So they
Right.
that's made about 200.
Yeah, when he came out, man, I remember he was in Cradle to the Grave. Remember he was in the movies?
Yeah.
Cradle
Yeah.
to the
Those
Grave,
are good
Romeo Must
movies.
Die.
Those
He
are
was
good.
everywhere.
yeah.
He was everywhere.
Well,
dude.
DMX would
Steven
come out.
Seagal.
Well, DMX would come out and do his shit, and then next thing you know, he has everybody crying
Yeah.
because he's doing the prayer,
Ugh,
and it's just like,
I still remember
you
it.
remember that?
I remember. I'm going to do it.
Dude, you know the prayer?
Lord Jesus, it is you who wakes me up every day, and I am grateful for your love. This is how I pray. Hold on. You make me touch so many people. I never thought that I could. I influence so many children. I never thought that I would. And then he goes, if I forgot.
Oh,
God damn, I was killing
And
it.
is that the one where he goes, I will pray for my enemy?
Yeah.
Classic.
Bro.
Yeah.
Classic.
Bro. And then what next thing you know, he'd be like, what the fuck are you? Who we be? Like, yeah, that's right. Fuck. Yeah.
DMX was ill, man. He was
Bro,
ill.
Who We Be came out, banger. My personal favorite, What's My Name? DMX with the Pitbull.
Yeah.
When videos were hard.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like,
God, I miss those days.
bro,
man.
remember when Ja Rule came out? Everyone's like, he's like Pac. Get the fuck out of here.
Ja Rule was tight for a little while.
He was more of a the chick vibe. And I was cool with
He was
it.
cool.
Like,
he
who the
vibed
fuck
out.
didn't vibe out with
He-
a broad with the J-Lo song?
The other day,
you know?
he had to jump 50 and ruined his career.
You're right. That's another thing is music videos.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
No one spends time on that anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
Well,
all just.
I'm gonna give him a shout out. Shout out to my boy Diddy. I'm sorry, bro. They got you. He was killing
Oh,
it,
dude,
bro.
His
Diddy's
videos,
videos would kill it. Come
he'd
on,
always
man.
be dancing. He was the biggest hype man.
I
ever.
ain't gonna lie, man. Like growing up, he was the man.
Yeah, he was
The
the
man.
man.
The man.
Remember that
The
show?
man.
Remember that show he had?
Making
Making
the
the band.
Bro, that was a wild ass show.
I love that
Go
show.
get my cheesecake.
Dude, he would make him walk across the city.
I'd be like, damn, he's trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
bro. Like, God knows now
Yeah.
what he's doing to him. But
No,
anyway,
but Diddy was the guy that like everybody kind of went after him. Like they wanted to be like that mogul type after him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because he was doing the music, but he also did like the champagne. Was it champagne or he did like a vodka?
Oh, the
Ciroc.
Ciroc, and then he would do the clothing line. and
Sean
all
John.
that.
I used to wear Sean John.
Sean
and
John
all
with
that.
Tim's was a New York thing.
Yeah.
The-
And he
the
had people in
tracksuits.
California wearing Sean John and
velour-
Tim's. You know what I
velour
mean?
Well, let me tell you, so
tracksuits.
it took a while to get out here.
Yeah.
So when I moved out here in 2000, I moved back here in 99, 2000. No, we celebrate 2000 here. So 99.
Right.
When we moved back here, dude, people, so JC would trip out on me because I used to wear my Tim's
Mm.
and I used to wear my one pant leg up. And he'd be like, why are you wearing work
Like
boots?
LO.
And I'd be like, motherfucker, why are you wearing dirty ass Chucks? Clean
Yeah.
yourself up. And why
Yeah.
is your hair covering your eyes? He's a little emo guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'd be wearing, the next day I'd come to school, I had one of my velour tracksuits on, my Sean John ones.
Yeah.
And but nowhere out here had that yet. The only way you could get that shit was through East Bay magazine.
East
Bay.
East
Oh.
Bay, homie.
All the sports
about
shit,
that?
I
basketball.
love
cleats.
East Bay,
Bro,
man.
it take you 3 months to get your shit, but when you got it, nobody else had it.
Yeah. Good old
what I mean?
East Bay, dude. Or your homies would bring that to the school.
Yeah,
Let me
I'd
see
be like, can we
magazine.
get that shit? We put my order in there,
Yeah.
fool. Like,
Oh.
in the boxes.
Yeah.
I used to
Yeah,
get
make
I used to
sure-
get a marker and circle all the shoes I wanted and shit on East
Bro,
Bay.
when the AIs came out, Iversons came
I
out,
had
the
all of
white
them, bro.
ones, the black ones.
Yeah.
But once I started slanging in high school, bro, and I could afford my shit,
Yeah.
I tell my mom, don't worry. She's like, how are you getting these new clothes? I'm like, don't worry
working.
about it.
Yeah.
Working, Mom.
Yeah. I'm hustling, Mom. Don't worry. We're good. I put a little 200 in her Bible every now and then, but you know what I mean? But yeah, East Bay magazine, bro. That's how you get that Sean John. That's how you get the FUBU,
Yep.
the Rockaware.
And
like,
Nietzsche.
yeah.
Remember a Nietzsche and
Oh,
shit?
wow.
Yeah. Fat Farm.
Yeah.
Fat Farm.
Yep.
I used to have the Fat Farm
FUBU.
shoes. FUBU,
Yeah.
for us, by us.
Yep.
man.
For us,
That-
by us.
I,
Yeah.
I didn't belong there, but I were.
Yeah, I didn't. That's right. Yeah, man. I remember when those Iversons came out, it was a
Those
big
are the
thing.
hot
Because,
tickets.
yes, because his face was on the bottom. You
Yes.
looked at his face was like right there on the
Bottom
bottom.
of souls.
Yeah.
Right there. Bam.
And it's crazy because he's the only player or athlete that ever outsold Jordan.
Mhm.
Because Jordan always sold the most.
Yeah, always.
But when those Iversons came out, he
put-
beat him.
yeah.
Yeah.
answers.
Well, the crazy
the
thing is,
answers.
the crazy thing is, nobody ever got shot over LeBrons or Kobe's, but people get shot over Jordans.
Oh, 100%. People get robbed that
That's how-
gunpoint.
That's how
when
you
they
know.
drop.
That's how you know who the goat is.
Right.
That's a very
Yeah,
good way
man.
to put it. That's a mic drop moment right there.
Simple.
Yeah.
like-
Ain't no one killing somebody over some LeBrons.
Yeah, bro. I get those at Ross.
DD's discount. Huh?
Yeah, they got the LeBron 10s. Like,
The thrift
and they're
store.
$14.
That's right.
But yeah, that's a crazy dude. Remember that everybody wanted the Jordans, but they weren't as so broad. Like you wouldn't see them everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
if
I
somebody
feel
had
like
them Jordans,
it's,
you're
it's,
like,
it's normal now, huh?
oh, yeah. But back in the day, no, it was not.
No, 100%.
You see
If
some
you
of
had
the
Jordans
Jordans?
on, you were balling.
Yeah, you were like that. Oh, they got money.
Yeah,
Well,
like
you know, I think changed the game for Jordans was when he came out in Space Jam wearing those Jordans.
Yeah.
the 88.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, well, remember when he came out
The
Space Jam Jordans, and that's when all hell broke loose because that's when it was like, oh shit, like he's in movies wearing this shit.
I had Jordans in kindergarten. I remember going to school with my
Yeah.
Jordans.
I have one pair of Jordans, and they're in I have them in the box still. 88 All Stars, black ones, red ones. That's the only ones I have.
Yeah.
Other than that, Vans.
88
Adidas.
was the year. That was his biggest. That was like
The
his
All-Star game
Yeah,
brought
yeah,
him
the
out.
All-Star game.
So you experienced MJ.
I did, but the last three-peat,
Hmm.
which
Not the
was
first.
not the first three.
Gotcha.
When
Yeah,
he
the
was
same
like
as you, yeah.
Yeah, when
Utah Jazz and Utah Jazz
and Seattle
Seattle-
Sonics.
Yeah,
yeah, I saw that Jordan.
Yeah.
And he was still Jordan, bro. He was still great. but I didn't see prime Jordan. I didn't see want to be like Mike Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So same thing. Kobe was kind of like my Jordan because
Yeah.
I didn't really see the prime MJ.
Yeah.
You know, but I studied the fuck out of Jordan, bro. I
Yeah.
watched every tape, everything, like, because I'm a big basketball fan. I grew up playing
Same.
basketball.
Same. I
So
love basketball.
yeah, I love basketball.
Love basketball. People get shocked. So I love boxing. Like boxing is my favorite sport all
Yeah.
time. But everyone tells me like, oh, football. I'm like,
Yeah,
I love me some ball. I
Yeah.
love hoop. Bro.
yeah,
That's like
me
one of my-
too.
one of the best podcasts is All the Smoke.
I love all the smoke.
All the Smoke,
or
bro.
Knucklehead. You ever watch Knuckleheads?
No.
Knuckleheads is Darius Miles
Okay.
and Quentin Richardson.
What about Gil's Arena?
Every day.
Every
I
day.
watch
That's
it every
my
day.
shit.
I watch
Hey, I
every
sit
day.
there and I watch it and I
Yeah.
try and compare these fuckers.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I look at this fucking guy
Yeah.
and I'm like, for sure, that's Jeremiah. Jeremiah in the middle. He's like, he calms everyone down. He's like,
Yeah.
they're doing good. Good, they're working hard.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. Like he tries to come like when they're
Yeah,
arguing,
yeah.
he tries to bring everybody back to normal. You know what I mean? And then this motherfucker, he reminds me more of Rashad McKenna.
Really?
Adam will say some shit, dude.
And you're
You know what I
Gil.
mean? And swag, bro. I'm swaggy P all
Yo,
day.
you're Swaggy
I'm
P.
Swaggy
That's
P
right.
all day, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
P?
Bro,
Yeah.
he's on that
He
motherfucker
is?
and he don't give a fuck.
Good.
Like he's high half the time, dude.
He used to play high.
Yeah, dude, he's sitting
Yeah.
there and like they'll dog each other out. And they'll have people on from all kinds, like current players. They had Stephen A. Smith on recently. That was a dope
Yeah.
episode. But
Now-
yeah, bro, hoop.
Yeah.
That's my
I
shit,
used,
bro.
dude. I used to not be a fan of Stephen A. Smith, but as I getting older, I kind of I
Really?
respect him. Like I
Yeah.
fucks with him.
I'm
now.
starting to not like him anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I used to not.
I'm starting not to like I used to be a big fan of him. I'm starting to kind of
push off
a little bit. I don't
I'm
know
like that
what.
with Skip Bayless. Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up.
I
I
used-
he gets on my nerves.
I used
Yeah.
to be a Skip Bayless fan, and now I'm
Really?
kind of like, wow, he lost his touch a long time ago, you know. And you can see it now. He's not popping anymore.
You know what's crazy? So right now I love my Lakers. So
Me
right
too.
now,
Me too.
So right now, us getting Luka, bro, I haven't felt this type of hype
Yeah, energy,
since
huh?
Kobe.
It's Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though Bron's there, but he don't belong there.
Dude,
He's,
yeah.
he's a
All
king
the-
without a kingdom.
All the Lakers fans are coming out for Luca.
Oh,
Right.
dude, yeah,
Everybody's
because
coming
that's
out.
dude. Kobe ordained that man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
for sure.
there's a mural they just painted in L.A. of them. Like
Right.
Kobe was like congratulating him, and like he like has that Mamba mentality. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like with Bron, we're ready for this motherfucker to get going. 'Cause
Yeah,
we're-
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
I mean, they already got rid of AD, so you know where they want to go. They want to go all Luca, all in.
yeah.
You know.
It's a good time for LA, bro.
It
You know,
is.
I'm not a Dodger fan, but I know my pops is happy. Like,
Oh, that's right.
you know, it's popping right now.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
the Lakers are hyped. The
Yeah.
Dodgers just won the World
Dodgers
Series.
doing their
and-
thing. Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I'm a die-hard Laker fan. Like,
Same.
I'm like a fucking crazy ass Laker fan.
Same.
So I've been going through the ups and downs with same thing you know what I
Same,
mean?
bro,
Because
like-
we have our moments, our highs, we got our lows. But you guys know when you guys are dedicated to a team, you got to stick with it no matter what.
Yeah,
Period.
Well, hey, bro, I'm a
Well-
Jet fan. Tell me about it. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like, this guy, this motherfucker ain't never said a goddamn thing about sports really. And then during the I'm a Yankee fan. So remember I
Okay.
told you I grew up in the East Coast too.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I grew up as my dad's biggest regret. My dad, he's like, I raised you motherfuckers in the wrong city. You know what I mean? So
That's
like
right.
my dad loves his Raiders. My dad loved his Lakers. Loved his Dodgers. Like
Yeah.
if you saw my dad, he was either in purple and gold.
Mm.
He was in silver and black. He's like, or he was in Dodger blue. Like,
Right.
that's how there was no ifs and buts.
And of course, when you were growing up in New York, that's when the Yankees were like,
Oh, we're hot.
I
Like
fucking
winning
hate
every
it.
year.
We moved
Winning
back
every
here.
year.
We moved back here, bro. Or we moved back here. We came back to visit my grandpa,
Mariano
and my
Rivera.
grandpa could not believe it, bro. I'm in a Yankee hat. My brother, he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" Wait, he's like, and it
You're
was
like,
when
"Oh,
they smoked
shit."
the Padres.
Yeah.
And my grandpa's like, "Why are
Yeah.
they dressed like this?" You know,
Right,
he
right,
couldn't
right.
believe it. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
But yeah, it's just yeah, man. I don't know, bro. It's
I'm
just,
not-
like, girl, like I tell people, always say like, as far as I don't know how, like there's certain individuals will be like, oh, that's a distraction, or,
Yeah.
you know, this and that, wearing somebody else. Man, that's what I like.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
That's
right.
what I like.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? And like I said, well, I saw this meme on Instagram, and it was said if you were born in the '80s, they broke it down for you, and it's like you got to see Jordan, you got to see Kobe, you got to see life without cell phones, you got to
Yeah.
see life with cell phones.
Right.
You got to see life without the internet. You got to
Mhm.
see life with the internet. So you're part of we're part of this special
Yeah.
era, I would say.
We're in the middle.
yeah,
We're right in
You
the
know, we're
middle.
betweeners. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I miss it, dude.
I do too, man.
I miss
I
it.
really do.
I miss like the non-contact, instant instant gratification. I miss all that being.
I remember when you would have to like you had to carry a pin in your pocket to like write a girl's number down on a piece of paper and shit.
How
You
many
didn't have a
times you
cell
have some
phone.
writing on your hand by the end of the day.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I mean? Or you had your little
And
black.
hope it didn't smear.
Or,
Yeah.
Hope it didn't
or you had your little
smear.
black book with all the numbers in them. You know what I mean?
The pagers.
The Dictionary. You know.
Yeah.
Joe, do you have a pager?
No,
You didn't have a pager?
no, I wasn't. I went to cell phones first.
You really?
Mm.
I had a pager.
You have a chirp.
Oh, Nextel.
The
No.
Nextel chirps.
No.
Those were hot.
Yeah.
Hot
Razor,
tickets.
homie.
That was the
Razor.
drug. That was the drug dealer's cell phone. Was the chirp.
Yes.
Yeah,
You be at
untraceable.
the mall, that
Yeah.
pops up. Stay away from him.
Or the dudes with money had those. Like,
Yeah.
drug dealers.
Yep. Yeah, you know they all had the chirp and shit.
I had my razor, homie. My
Because you
Motorola
wouldn't,
razor.
you wouldn't have to open it. You could keep the phone closed and just talk.
Yeah, you can just talk like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be at fucking Circuit City. You're like, fuck, I don't want to come care with you.
Chirp was one when they go, "Where you at?" Right?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
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 that's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
They got bought out by Sprint, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's pretty wild, man, to see where
Life's
how
moving.
the times have changed. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? Yeah.
You
That's
guys
pretty
remember, You guys remember when the internet started?
Yes,
I do.
Yes.
Bro, people don't
AOL.
understand that.
Yeah.
The AOL.
Get off the phone.
And then it wouldn't work. You wait the whole time, then it wouldn't connect. You're like, fuck.
I remember when my dad first brought the first fucking computer to the house and had AOL and shit,
Yeah.
dial up.
You've got mail.
Yes.
Messenger, you could go talk to your friends.
Oh, it was
We were
so
doing
slow,
IM a
bro.
lot,
It was
for
so
sure.
slow. Like just to go on and check your email took forever to check your
Mhm.
damn email.
To open up a fucking file took like
Yes.
60 seconds.
Oh, it was
And now if you're on your iPhone, it lags at all. You're like, fuck this thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
man.
This prehistoric piece of shit.
Yeah.
You just
I need
throw
the
it.
new one.
Yeah. I need a 17.
yeah, we're definitely spoiled now
Oh,
compared to
for
what's
sure.
back then.
I tell
For
people
sure.
it's
You
all
know?
about convenience now.
It is.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
remember the voicemail machines, the answer machines?
Of course.
Or
Yeah.
a house line. Like
Yeah,
you
the
call-
house
you go
line.
somewhere. My grandparents still have a house line.
Put a
or-
tape in there.
Dude, how
Yeah.
about back in the day where you legitimately
music,
had to
yeah.
get directions? You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
You had to understand a fucking map.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
had to know where
Thomas
you're going.
Guide. Yeah.
Before MapQuest.
Before
Yeah,
map.
Yeah, yeah,
MapQuest,
Thomas
yeah.
Guide.
No
Yeah, what
GPS.
it was.
You had to know where you're going.
You
When
know-
my,
you
when
gotta
my
know
dad
your-
first bought
you
the driving
literally had to
school,
know your
that's
fucking
all we used were
freeways.
those.
Yeah, you had to
We'd
know
have
your
to write them all
freeways.
down before we left for like
So
to go
you
pick
know
up the kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then MapQuest came out right around that
Yeah,
time too,
yeah,
so
yeah.
we got switched over.
I remember my
Yeah.
dad be like, you take the 10 to the 15. I'm like,
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. I'd be like, oh, hell no.
Well, that's when you had to know like
just come and get me.
the even numbers were in east and west, and the odds were
Yeah.
north and south.
Yeah.
Yep.
the
Dude, it was
freeways.
wild. Like I said, now you just boop. Oh, I'll be there in how long?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it says 23 minutes. Oh, traffic's gonna hit a little longer. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, it's crazy because
You
we
can
talk
even-
about like living in the past. We're like we missed that, but this stuff is awesome too.
It
You know what
is.
I mean? Like
It
the
is.
shit we
Less
get
stress.
now, you know, it's
Imagine
insane.
yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Imagine being
I do
fucking
love it, man. I do love the new
miserable.
shit. Yeah.
Right.
and lost.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No music.
No music. Just so you
You can't find your
but
And you're
CDs.
pulling over.
That's where you had to deal with your parent, your dad. If he's a hide, fuck it, we're going home. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, you
dude.
never made it to the destination.
Dude, how about when you didn't actually know if like say there's a fight happening
Yeah.
or a game and you didn't know shit like hey but I don't know I
Stumble
didn't
on
see it.
Yeah, but
Now
was
it's like oh okay we won.
Yeah,
instant,
man.
You know what I
instant. Yeah.
It's there was a time bro like now you just
Yeah.
if I'm lost you're more worried about yourself than fucking dying if anything now. You know?
That's a crazy thing, dude. Because you notice if like your cell phone dies, like,
Yeah, man.
like where the fuck is the charger?
yeah,
it's
I'm like,
fucking
oh
crazy.
no, how am I supposed to watch YouTube?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a nice peaceful though.
I can't
When it
get on
dies,
X.
just you're
Yeah.
like, oh cool. I'm gonna just do nothing.
Yeah. Like I said, we're in that time period where we're in the betweener. Like we've had
Yeah.
both. You know what I mean? And it's so like now you could be anywhere. Type in the where am I? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because what do they consider? We're millennials? No, we're before millennials.
No,
what are we?
millennials?
We're millennials?
Millennials, yeah.
Oh,
Gen
okay.
We're
X
not
is
the
right
ones
now,
that
right?
ruin the world.
I think it started like 85 or 86. Millennials did.
And before millennials is
The boomers,
the
right?
boomer, the baby boomers.
Yeah.
No,
Boomer?
Gen X. Gen X.
No.
Gen X is now, right?
Gen X
No.
is after.
No, what's
We're
the Gen
millennials,
Zers?
Gen X
Gen
is
Zs
before
is
us.
now.
Gen
Gen
Zs.
now.
There we go. There we go.
Gen X I think is after us. No?
Can you pull that up?
Jorge,
Generation.
do it to it.
Generational, millennial, Gen X.
Oh, okay, you're right. 65 to 80. So that's our parents.
Okay. So yeah, we're
The
definitely
baby boomers is before that.
I
Okay.
wanted us to be DX.
So I think millennial starts at 81.
I wanted
81.
us to be DX guys. Unfortunately, no. Yeah, generation.
What's
Oh, hell yeah.
do Gen Z?
Hey, bro, that was the old school times.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Everything. We had
yeah,
the
yeah.
wrestling. Like,
Oh, wrestling was the shit back
Yeah.
then, man.
dude, the
NWO.
It,
Booker T.
WWE
Yeah.
Raw.
Yeah.
What's now?
It's still around.
No, it's like
No,
the
no.
new
What's
one.
what's now?
It's a
What's
new-
a?
it's
Oh,
called-
it's Gen Z.
No, it's
no,
called-
Gen Z ended in 2012. It says. Oh,
Is it-
Alpha.
that just ended.
that. Generation Alpha.
Okay.
Is that what it
All
is?
these cross-wearing some bitches.
It's a new
Get-
one then. We're past 24, so what's next? What's 25 like?
But after Gen Alpha.
Alpha Beta.
Alpha Beta. Remember Alpha Beta?
No way, it is
Gen-
beta.
Gen
What?
beta.
Betas
Okay.
now.
Fucking nerds.
Alpha. So how does it go from alphas to betas?
Yeah. They probably realized they made a mistake. They're like, fuck.
Nerds. Fuck yeah.
Oh, that's
The
what's
alpha
up.
betas. Now they're just not even being original. You know what I mean?
They're just running out of shit to call us.
Dude, I
call
remember
us.
I had an iPod video. Remember the iPod videos?
yes.
Yeah. And I remember some dude, I was at school, he's like, hey, they're going to make a screen where you just, all the buttons are on it.
You're
I was
like,
like,
get the fuck out.
yeah, I was like, no, dude, there's no way. Like, how would it know? You know, I was like just
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
argue with them. And then the fucking iPhone came out. I was like, no fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Well, how about like the first time I remember I watched Minority Report and Tom Cruise is doing it on the screen, touch screen? That's normal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fucking normal now, dude. Like
Yeah,
you
like
watch that, you're just
projection.
like.
Yeah, you
like-
see the projection keyboards they have?
Mhm.
They're just projecting. I'm like, what?
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Wow.
This is definitely not the future I was promised. I was hoping it
Right.
would be more like Back to the Future,
Flying cars and all that.
hoverboards.
He's
Yeah,
all thinking of
Nikes that tie
demolition,
themselves.
demolition
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, that's what they really wanted it to be.
It's
the three
coming.
seashells.
It's coming.
No, it's not. You think it's gonna be the three seashells?
No, I don't know. But the flying cars, that's coming. That's coming. Dude, they're getting the drones out of the way. Now they're making the flying cars. Someone just got approved for it to be able to use
Really?
it. Like, whatever. Like, it's coming, dude. Just give us some time.
Wow.
I don't think
We're a
in-
little late, but-
I don't think in our lifetime.
No?
No, I don't.
I think they're
so.
too loud because even Elon, our boy Elon, said
He's not even
close
interested
friend
in
of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he said the flying cars are gonna be too loud.
Yeah.
He said they'll be too loud.
But they'll fix it, right?
Well,
Eventually.
imagine if one of them crashes and it falls and it's gonna land on somebody.
Yeah, like, what if you're taking the 15
Yeah,
north?
yeah, you know what I
Skyway,
mean? Like, what happens if there's a car
And
accident
you
and that
crash in
motherfucker's gonna
Barstow,
fall
bro.
down?
You wipe out a family of 10.
you
Like,
you
what
know?
happens? Yeah.
Oh, speaking of flying, did
What?
you guys see the new plane?
The F-70 something.
No. Nah. So they just came out with the 6th generation fighter plane, right?
23
And
or
the generals
22?
decided to name it F-47 after
Why?
Trump's 47th president.
That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
Dude, it looks
okay.
bad.
They
Badass,
should have called
dude.
it Big Orange.
Dude, it looks crazy. They have it?
Call it Big Orange.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, they're like,
Oh, that's pretty dope.
dude.
Bro, it's all
No.
about drones now. Come on, stay with the times. Ain't nobody flying jets. See, top. It's badass. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
This,
One of them's orange or yellow. Yellow is the color of his hair.
The color of his skin is orange.
Yeah. That's what's up.
yeah, I think they fully showed the public at $300 million each.
So how often are you on the radio?
Yeah.
Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, every day. Yeah.
Do you go down to LA?
No, well, I try to go like twice a week, but since I live all the way up here, I do it remote.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
So
really?
I get to do it on my house. I could do it anywhere. I could do it right
Set
here.
up and everything.
Yeah, I could do it
Okay.
anywhere. You know what I mean?
That's
Over
cool.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah, Wi-Fi, bro. So what it is, they just hook up like a certain satellite and they just give me the credentials to that satellite. Type it in, and then when my airtime is on, I go
You're
on,
on.
and when I'm off, I'm off.
How long are you on? How long is the
3
session?
hours?
3 hours.
3 hours?
3 hours. 3 to 6, and it's
So
Monday.
you take callers and all that too?
Not yet, but we're gonna start doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
gonna start doing
okay.
live callers. We're gonna
Hell
do
yeah.
we're gonna do live interviews.
Okay.
So when I do it at either at
Give
wherever,
us a call, dog.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll call you guys and
Yeah,
we'll get on the air.
Whatever. We're here to
Yeah,
support.
but we do it at the station too in LA. So when we do it over there, I'm gonna start interviewing artists. He's gonna try to get Ice Cube to come through. So I'm gonna interview
cool.
Ice Cube.
Ooh, hey, relax. Keep it.
Yeah. I know I'm like, whoa, I don't know if I'm ready for Cube, but yeah, Ice T and shit like that because it's all
Oh.
LA because they're all in
Tell 'em
LA
bring
area.
Coco.
Yeah,
Oh Lord, I'd be like,
I'm
that's
probably- I'm
the
probably a
reason why I
bigger
love
fan.
white women.
Yeah.
I'm probably a bigger fan of Coco than Ice T.
Yeah, I see. You're the appetizer. I want to talk to Coco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, how you doing, girl? What's up, baby?
Yeah, man.
Fucking built like a minotaur. That bitch is
Right.
on her hoofs.
So what's a typical session like?
So it's typical session. Like of course, I played hip hop and R&B music, but I always do like hip hop news. I do community news in LA.
Are
And
you,
then-
so as I'm sorry, but is there commentators with you like same time, or is it all you?
Just me.
Just you. So you're doing the commercial, like you're talking
I'm
between everything.
doing the music, the commercials, the segments, the theme music, everything. I'm
Shit.
doing it all like a one-man band thing type of thing. I want to get a co-host or even a group of co-hosts. Really.
I'm available. Hit me up.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like
I'll come hang out with you.
yeah, like
Jake-
I
Jake's
really
trying to
want to
go
do
famous.
because I'm a big
I'm
fan.
trying.
Well, we
I'm
were
trying.
talking about it earlier, like Big Boy
Yeah.
and all that, because he always has like a dope ass crew with him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's what I want.
Dude, that
You know,
Canelo clip is one of my
Oh,
favorites.
motherfucker.
No, when he does the
Canelo?
when he does the
Motherfucker.
when he does the finger thing.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like, "You dirty motherfucker!" He goes,
You're cussing with Canelo.
Yeah,
You see
yeah,
that shit?
yeah.
He's all say about that motherfucker.
Yeah, the way he talks and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I really want to like start adding more things to it, you know, because he's basically kind of giving me the freedom whatever I want to do.
Right on.
That's cool, man.
Do you
your
do
thing.
like remixes too, or like Are you mainly just playing hits or a
I do a lot of remixes.
lot of remixes?
But now I'm gonna set up to where I'm gonna actually DJ live.
Okay, so you'll be
Yeah,
turntable.
I'm gonna
that.
I'm gonna be DJing live. Yeah.
What's your time slot usually
To do that.
during the week?
Oh, during the week, 3 to 6.
3 to 6
Yeah,
p.m.,
3 to
okay.
6 p.m. And then yeah, so I'm mostly just doing a lot of this, like a lot of just commentary stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start jumping on the turntables and actually spinning music.
Okay.
A lot of remixes, a lot of blends, because I get to do live blends now and shit. So it's
Yeah.
like,
So do you think your time will expand eventually?
yeah. Well, he
Or-
wants to add me for another show. He wants to add me for a Saturday show.
There you go.
Right.
Like you were saying.
Yeah,
where
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
co-host
He wants to,
do
and
all
that's what
that.
we're talking about, Davey.
Got you. Yeah,
Yeah,
Davey's
because-
like
yeah.
solid. I like Davey.
Yeah, you guys had Davey on your guys' show.
Good time. Hung out with him on Saturday.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah, so me and Davey, he might be one of my co-hosts on that Saturday
That's
show.
dope. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Okay, so then, not to jump around. So where does High Def and the Chop Shop come in?
So High Def is my company.
That's yours.
Yeah, High Def has
It's a
been my
produ- a
company.
production or
Yeah, production company. I started High Def back in 2009, 09,
Okay.
and I started as a label, a record label. So I was managing artists and developing artists, and that shit went to shit. It was just like, trying to do a record label was hard, bro, because you got to manage
You're
egos.
dependent on people, right?
Yeah,
You're the boss.
and not only that, but egos, bro.
Yeah, people.
Different personalities, different egos, and trying to manage all of that was tough, But I learned a lot by doing that. And then from there, I signed with an independent label called Danny Boy Records. Danny Boy Gonzalez, shout out to him. And I was with him for about a good 5-6 years, and that's where I learned a lot of my shit was with rolling with him,
Okay.
because he was an A&R for Universal and Atlantic Records. So he had his own independent label, and he was big in the game, managing
A lot of
big art.
connections.
Yeah, and he was a booking agent, so he like booked all the shows for like E40 and Too Short and all these people and shit. So there I am, I'm right there with him,
Picking up on game.
picking up game,
There you go.
And he still does his thing, but he's kind of more into like doing his own thing for his kids and shit like that. But I learned so much with him. So then once I kind of left Danny Boy Records, I jumped back into the High Def thing, wanted to bring that back. And I just felt like the podcast thing is so popping right now. I wanted to do podcasting a long time ago, bro, because I was a big fan of Howard Stern.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Tom Likas.
But he's more like radio, right?
Yeah.
He was both. Like he combined both though. He
Yeah.
had like a podcast and a show.
yeah,
so
yeah.
you could listen to it or you could watch it.
Yeah, and that's why I like your guys' shit, because I feel like you guys got kind of like that vibe, and that's why I was like, man, like if I want to do podcasting, I kind of want to combine both, like radio-ish type, like Howard Stern type of shit.
Yeah.
But what I really liked about him was that anybody was on his show, like
He didn't give a
different.
shit, yeah.
Man, there was all kinds of different people were on that show.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Homeless guys off
Yeah.
the street.
Yeah, bro. Like you didn't know what you were gonna get when you
Dude,
watched
I
Howard
see some
Stern.
Wild,
Yeah.
ones,
Wild
bro.
stuff, bro.
I remember
Yeah.
I remember my dad just got out and we were watching fuck, what were we watching? It was somebody who needed Super Bowl tickets.
Mm.
And these motherfuckers, Howard's like, okay, you want
Yeah.
Super Bowl tickets? We
Yeah.
got 2 tickets for you. But so say you and Adam want to go to the Super Bowl. He got 2 tickets. He's gonna be like, all right, here's some trimmers. You're gonna trim all your pubes,
Yeah.
and you're gonna put it between 2 pieces of bread, and Adam's gonna eat it, and vice versa. Dude, and I was like, what the fuck are we watching?
Yeah,
Who-
man.
who's
and they're
the-
like, ugh.
Who was the black girl co-host? though?
Robin?
She's great.
Robin,
She was
yeah.
She was great for that
She
whole
was.
setup.
Yeah.
Wasn't there 3 people?
I just remember,
And the guy.
The guy. There was one other dude.
not Harvey. Son of a bitch.
Dude, in
Chubby dude. Chubby dude.
Howard
curly hair.
Stern would stand. You guys
Yeah,
remember?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he would
yeah. He
stand
would
up.
stand
He
up,
would
yeah.
sit down. Like he was
Yeah.
doing all different kind of shit.
He used to be cool back in the day. He's a fucking loser now. But yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. What was his name? He was the chubby dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. It was a good show.
Yeah, it was, man. And that's why like kind of inspired me was like, if I'm going to have a show, I want diversity.
Yeah,
I don't
for
want, because
sure.
you guys know how it is. When you guys have certain guests all the time, the public's going to think that's all you guys do
Yeah.
is
100%.
interview shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, no, I definitely don't want to do that. I want to interview all kinds of different people, man.
And your co-host is DJ
DJ Nesto
Okay.
and Queen G.
Okay.
And I've known them for years and years, and they've been down with me since I started High Def. You know what I mean? They were just more like supporters.
And so how do your guests come on? You guys all reach out or collectively? Or how
Yeah,
does it
yeah.
work?
Well, a lot of people reach out to us, and
Yeah.
then we reach out too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
just see what happens.
Yeah, just to see what happens. Just kind of go fishing. I go
Yeah,
fishing
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot. You know, I just
It's-
hit it out
for
there.
sure.
Hey, you guys down, interested, whatever, it's cool. You know.
Sometimes
How
you
you do
get
it?
sometimes
Yeah.
you get ghosted.
That's what we
Yeah,
do
yeah,
too.
yeah, and it's
So
all
you
good.
got-
And I don't take shit personal, bro. I really
No, you
don't.
can't.
You
You
know what I
have to
mean? 'Cause I
learn
know a lot
just-
of people are all about timing. They're like, oh, it's not the right time and shit like that. I'm like, it's all good. You know what I mean?
Timing, not talent.
Yeah, you know. So I'm more like, hey man, I don't burn bridges with people and shit. I'm more about like collabing with people and building relationships. I feel like that's the way to go, bro.
Sometimes you gotta circle back. It
Yeah.
comes back around.
Yeah. You know, and it's all good. You know.
That's the one thing we say about this podcast. Everyone that comes on, like, we're cool after that. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like after that, we see you around. We say what's up. You need
Yeah.
something. You need us to do like say shout out or whatever. Like whatever. Like
Right.
that's how
It's
it is.
just
You give love,
high
you
desert
know what I mean?
love for sure.
Yeah,
Like, that's
yeah.
the first place we're here, so we're
Yeah.
gonna exploit everybody here till we
Yeah.
don't have no more, and then we're going next.
And really, like, if it's about the money, okay, cool. There's enough money for everybody.
Yeah.
There really is. You know, because back then, bro, like when I first started getting into this business, like the entertainment business back in like 09 or even before that, it was so competitive. And it was like, it's cool to have that competitive edge, but at the same time, the movement wasn't going anywhere like it should. The way it is now, everybody's collabing with each other
Yes,
and, like you said,
right.
supporting each other.
Support.
You could see the movement going. Like, you know what I mean?
It's easier now. Like, so I grew up playing in music or in bands, right?
Okay.
And then I switched over to like producing a little bit,
Right.
like so for some friends' bands. And just like you said, dude, it was a group of kids, but they had fucking talent. I got them in front of Lauren Israel. I don't know if you guys do you guys know Neon Trees?
No.
The band Neon Trees. They were big on the radio for a minute. Anyways, that was his manager producer. So I got my band with them, and then the band that I was producing, like they fucking kept bickering and like having problems, or like they're like, "Oh, I'm better
Yeah,
than you." And
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "This isn't worth it."
Right.
But what I noticed was it's super hard to get shows and shit back then. You know what I mean? But now you have social media, so the collabs and stuff, it's like way
Yeah.
easier now. You
Way
know, to like
easier.
I think you can kind of tell who you vibe with though through
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
you can tell the like what's your image and who you vibe with real quick or
Oh, yeah.
what and even if not you can still reach out and okay if it doesn't work it doesn't work.
Yeah, and then I tell my co-hosts because they're new to this business. You know what I mean? I was born into this business. My dad was a musician my whole life. He passed away last year, but I literally was born into the entertainment business. So I know that this is one of the toughest businesses you can ever be in is the entertainment
Yeah, it
business.
is.
I tell my nephew right here, you know, because he's getting into it. He's a young artist, and I'm like, the entertainment business is one of the worst businesses you could ever get into. Period.
For sure.
I'm not even trying to crush his dreams or nothing like
It's
that,
being
but,
real.
Being
but
real.
I'm just
Yeah.
being real. You know what I mean? Because this shit is cutthroat.
Yeah.
And it's one of those businesses that once you're hot, but once you're not, people
You're irrelevant.
people forget about you.
Yeah.
They're quick to forget about you. You know, but I tell my co-host this shit all the time. I'm like, you know, we're gonna work with people that, you know, are some weirdos sometimes. We're gonna work with people who are, you know, piece of shit,
Mhm.
but that's the business.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes you can't be like, nah, I don't like him. I don't want to fuck with him. It's like, yeah, you can be like that, but at the same time, then you're not gonna work with a lot of people
It's just gonna
because
rub off.
the entertainment business is a shitty business sometimes with shitty people, and it is what it is.
We doing this podcast. We've come to see like the little influencers and their
Right.
their little beefs and stuff. It's
Mm.
pretty wild. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's pretty
yeah.
wild to see it from the outside.
Right.
And Davey was, you know, it was funny how we won't drop. Well, it's gonna be out before then. So, he was talking about how like he's like, I won't say unless you guys got a coin.
we flipped,
They
a,
were,
we
you
flipped
know,
a coin
we
for
flipped a
it.
coin, and
No
he just
shit.
started. He just started telling us all the fucking tea and cheese.
Really?
You know what I mean? And,
Oh shit.
but like it's like you say, it's cutthroat, man. A lot of guys,
yeah.
you know, using people as stepping stones.
Right.
Or, what was the word we looked for? Gatekeepers or
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
There's a lot of gatekeepers out there
It's a lot less than it used to be though now. A lot of people collab
Yeah.
and try to bring each other up.
because
but
they're starting to
there's
see the
still-
value behind it.
yeah.
They're starting to see that there's money
There's
with
va-
collaboration
In
now.
networking, there's
Yes.
value in
Now
that.
they're starting to see, oh dang, your audience can be some of my audience.
Even the people that are beefing still collab. Did
right.
you notice? Like they'll get on YouTube together and
I've
have like
noticed
a
that.
thing and then go at each other,
Yeah.
but it brings all this views.
Yeah.
You know, so everyone is learning how to use it. For
Then
sure,
it makes
yeah.
me think, is it even real? Like is the
Mhm.
beef even real?
Right.
Sometimes they might even make up the beef sometimes
Yeah.
or shit like
Or
that.
make it worse than it really is.
Contro-
Right.
Controversy sells.
Yeah, for sure.
So did you think Drake and Kendrick shit was real?
You know what's weird? I don't even fully understand it till
Me
this day,
neither.
bro.
Maybe he can explain it for us.
no. I mean, I
No cap.
the way I took it was Kendrick was just wanted to go at his neck, you know, just to test the temperature of Drake. But really, he's been going at Drake for years.
Yeah.
Years. I remember when he first went at him. It was at the BET Cypher years ago.
Okay.
He kind of
Subliminally.
went at him, you know, saying the sensitive rapper going into his pajama clothes and shit like that. That was a long time ago. But
Yeah.
Drake never responded. He would never respond. And I think Kendrick just wanted to like
Poke
Poke the bear.
poke the bear.
Well, he did. I think he didn't even come out with. I think he came out with a shitty shitty diss track.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? But like growing up for me, bro, it
Yeah.
was the beefs for me was
Yeah.
like Ice Cube and fucking Eazy-E.
Yeah. Pac and Biggie.
Pac and Biggie, Jay-Z and Nas.
50 and Ja Rule.
50 and Ja. Oh, they ruined him.
That,
He never heard
that
of
was
Ja
that was
ever
epic.
again
Yeah, you know.
After freaking they ruined that man's career.
But I will say this, man. Like I feel like people were in Drake's ear
Mhm.
and telling him, bro, you're gonna let him talk about you again, and you're not
Hype-
gonna
the
say
hype man,
nothing
the hype
again.
man.
And I feel like Drake was like, fuck this shit. You know what? I'm just gonna go at him.
You know what's
Bad
crazy though?
move.
Yeah, because like
He fell for the bait.
a lot of
You know what I
people
mean?
aren't feeling Drake no more, and his like
Right.
his music and
Well,
the same
yeah,
old
for
thing.
sure.
Like it
Right.
totally changed.
It's
his
Ja
whole-
Rule all over again.
Oh no.
'Cause that's what happened to
He
Ja
got
Rule.
Ja Rule.
Yeah, he
I
got
don't-
Ja Ruled.
that was
No.
tough.
You know?
Not Drake.
Yeah.
Not Ja Rule.
You
You ever
guys see
fuck with Ja Rule?
You guys see that video where
A little bit.
the drone went up to his little penthouse?
I seen
He was
that.
playing that.
And he
Not
got all
like
mad and
us.
shit.
Wasn't
Yeah,
he
yeah.
gambling? He was
Yeah,
having like a gambling.
And he threw his sandal at him.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
Yeah, the
No.
drone,
Like
the drone flew way up to his penthouse and was playing Not Like Us on
Yeah.
the thing.
He's
And
like, you son of a
and he has,
bitch.
he has a, he has
You
a
son of a
laptop up there.
bitch.
He's like, because he's a huge gambler, right?
Right, yeah.
I mean, he don't have nothing else to do. He's a
Yeah.
bunch of money.
Yeah.
And yeah, he like threw his little.
I seen
slide.
that one. But you know what was good about this beef though, at least, was that there was no violence.
Mhm.
There was no like
Nobody got their lives
yeah,
taken.
nobody got taken. So at the same time, it was like they kept it hip hop in a way, which that's the way to do it because it could have went a whole nother way
I
if
think
they,
it would
if
have
they
came
really
from
wanted
this
to.
side too. The more the
Yeah.
TDE's
Yeah.
wild.
Oh yeah, for
Those some
sure.
real dudes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like the Pac and Biggie thing that went out of control,
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
and then like the Ja Rule and 50 thing that was getting out of control.
Even with M and Benzino.
Benzino, yeah,
M
that was
got
getting
rid of
ugly.
Benzino.
Yeah.
He destroyed Benzino.
Jay Z and Nas was a good one. That was
Jay-Z and
hip
Nas
hop.
was a good one. Who did LL beef with? LL beef with
Everybody.
Yeah, but fuck.
Cannabis.
Cannabis. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, LL still looks like he's 30.
he does, man.
That's old school, bro. He
He's
don't get the
always
love he
jacked.
deserves.
He is, bro. He is.
He's super talented.
Come on, let's
but you know what
get down.
about
Ooh,
LL?
fuck.
Man, LL does not get enough praise.
No.
Like he's not in that GOAT conversation like he should be. I feel like he should be because everything that these rappers are doing, he did it first.
I agree.
The movies, the love songs, the sex appeal thing that these rappers are trying to do, LL did it first.
He's the man.
Yeah, he's he's
Well, to me, there's like the patriarchs, and to me, the patriarchs are LL, the
Mm.
Beastie Boys, Run DMC,
Mm,
Rakim,
Rakim.
for sure. I mean, in the West, I'm gonna throw it towards Ice-T. I'm gonna throw it towards NWA,
Right.
but like even Dre, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
yeah,
like
for
those
sure.
are like the patriarchs of hip hop that
Yeah.
I feel like without them wouldn't be around. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
especially when you look at the chain reaction of from Dre, you got from NWA, you
Mm.
got Dre. From Dre, he gave you Snoop, he gave you Eminem. From
50.
Eminem, he gave us 50.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's
50
like
gave you game.
50 game, and
Game.
then oh God, what was the group 50 had? What was his?
The G Unit.
G Unit. Everywhere we go through, all the gangsters around know my whole
We were just
crew.
listening to that right
That's
now.
a banger, bro. That's a banger.
Yeah, that's
right
a banger, bro.
There. Yeah, I remember when the world stopped. I'm like, what? Somebody from the West Coast is in G Unit?
Yeah.
You remember that shit? It was
Yeah.
pretty wild.
I remember when I first seen Game and he had like a bandana over his face and a red bandana on his head and he was fucking big and it was like, oh shit, G Unit's going there now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I like Young Buck was super dope.
Young Buck was my favorite.
Dude, he could.
Young Buck was my favorite one.
He has some good albums.
Yeah, he
Do you
has a good album.
remember Master P?
I love Master
Okay,
P.
Since we're going there, what about Trick Daddy?
Trick
Trick-
Daddy
oh,
was
he was-
hard.
Yeah. Did you see him? He goes, they didn't like. Oh fuck! There's a video. So, Jorge, bring it up with Trick Daddy talking about the P Diddy parties. He goes, hell no, they didn't invite me to those parties. He said the type of people out around, he'd be like, drop your draws, give us your goddamn money.
I love Trick Daddy, man. Trick Daddy was dope.
It's like a short, I think.
It's on the top.
Probably the top one.
Hey, but Master P though,
It's no limit.
Master
Dude,
P,
he hit the ceiling before everybody.
Yes.
He did some shit.
he showed people how to make real money.
Yeah. Remember his gold ceilings?
Oh
Cribs?
man, gold toilet.
Yeah.
MTV Cribs?
Yo.
What? Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Are they cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been rapping since '95. Did you go to Diddy party? They did on a fucking niggas like me. Diddy party. My own was to rob that bitch. Tell all the niggas, put your dicks up and raise your hand and drop your money in your wallet.
Put your dicks up.
He said,
she
"Put
didn't
your
laugh at
dicks
all.
up. Give us your money and your wallet."
Hell yeah.
That's good. Right? Yeah, dude. Hey,
Oh, he was classic.
Trick.
man.
Well, do you remember? Fuck.
Let's go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old school, bro. That
I
old
like
school
it.
vibe,
Him
man.
and-
It's
Hell
different.
yeah.
It's different. There was remember when Little Bow Wow came out? I
Yeah.
mean, he was even catchy at a time.
Yeah,
bro.
That's
he-
because
he
of
was
Master
popping.
P. though.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
fucked
He
with
put him
Master
on
P.
game.
But for me, bro, it was when Wheezy came out, Big Timers. Oh my
Cash
god,
Money, the Hot Boys.
Oof.
Yeah.
I miss good old Carter's 1, 2, 3.
See the
Wheezy,
card,
like
the first
Fireman.
2 Carters, classic.
Oh, but they're all pretty good. But
That's when he was rapping.
yeah,
rapping.
like he was
That
untouchable.
lighter,
There was
that
no,
lighter would come on and
Yeah.
let him go.
there was nobody like him.
Right. But
Still,
you know
till
what
this day.
though about Lil Wayne though is that Lil Wayne was like a prodigy
Mhm.
because even I remember listening to him when he was in the Hot Boys.
Of course,
He was only like 13 years old,
100%.
Yeah,
and
the
I used to
Hot
trip
Boys.
out. Yeah, and I used to be like, "Dang, that kid right there, he's harder than all of them just about." And
He had
he's a
the skill.
kid.
Yeah, he had the skill.
He couldn't even cuss in his records and shit. He was
Like the
young.
crazy part will always trip me out about him is you were so used to seeing, black hip hop artists dress a certain way.
Right.
You see Wheezy, he's wearing Vans,
Right.
he's wearing skinny jeans,
Mhm.
he's skateboarding, like
Playing
it
guitar.
was just he changed
Yeah.
he changed the game.
Yeah.
He changed the game. He changed the game on every aspect. I remember when he dropped what one had Got Money and you know it. What
Yeah.
album was that? Card 3?
Carter
Take
3.
him out your money,
That was a third
throw
one.
it in, blow it. Like
Dude,
Yeah.
he had a ton of fucking great mixtapes.
Undergrounds.
though.
Yeah, with DJ
Underground.
Drama.
Bro.
No
some
ceilings.
Some of those.
Oof.
were
He had one called
so
No
good,
Ceilings. It was
so
crazy.
good.
Going with Drama.
Yes.
That
Before
one
he
was
got busted?
insane, bro.
Yeah.
Before
Yes.
Drama got
Yeah.
busted.
Yeah.
Back,
There's a
bro, I'm
couple
telling you, the
of-
music back. So like new guys, like there's a couple guys that catch me. Like I'm not gonna lie, it was one of our last recording sessions. I came in here and I just got fucking high as a motherfucker outside, and I'm sitting with Jorge, and Jorge's playing Jorge, that Big X the Plug YouTube video that has it's like 30 minutes long, bro, with the Mexican OT.
Oh yeah.
That one's been on repeat in
Oh,
the
shit.
AirPods, bro. At the gym, you know what I mean?
Mexican OT gets down.
Bro, that
fuck with
Jorge
me?
played
Yeah,
a 30-minute
yeah.
mix.
It was
and
good. It was a good mix.
Dude, it's good. It's super good. Like
Yeah.
that shit
I
had
didn't-
my attention.
I didn't know Big X the Plug looked like that. And then
You
I see
really?
it, I'm like, for sure, he's getting down. Like he's doing
Yeah.
his thing. You
Bro,
can't,
first of all, Fat Joe started that look with the open bonsai
Right.
out, titties out. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. I remember that.
Remember he was on spring break. Fat
Yeah,
Joe,
he had
put
the
your shirt
towel
on,
over
bro.
his
Yeah,
head.
it's like Joe, what are we doing, bro?
lean back.
He was
Yeah,
trying to be like LL, huh?
Yeah, he was out there, bro. You know what's crazy? Like even to this day, like I'll be chilling somewhere, and even R. Kelly comes on, motherfucker. Oh, like
Yeah, bro.
Ignition comes on.
oh,
Come on,
I'll tell you this
bro.
right now, bro. I've been a DJ for over 20 years, and people don't give a fuck what R. Kelly did or didn't do.
Same.
They still want to hear his music, bro.
Well, Michael Jackson too. I don't
Till-
give a shit how many little booty bowls, little booty hole bowls.
Till this day, man, when I'm DJing, people still come up and they still want to hear "Step in the Name of Love."
Oh,
R. Kelly.
no, Ignition's a
Ignition
Stop
for
it.
me, bro. It's
Yeah.
or feeling on your
and
booty.
Diddy too, bro. And,
Same.
and Diddy.
Same.
What about a thong song, Cisco?
What was his group?
Drew Hill.
Drew Hill.
Drew Hill.
Fuck.
He was a wild boy. Like he was cool to watch.
Yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah.
Cisco was wild. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
he-
me, like a girl, like Boys to Men. Boys to Men are the goats for me.
Jodeci.
Jodeci. KC and JoJo.
112.
112.
Peaches and cream.
Peaches and cream. Girl, you about to get your kid.
Next, remember Next? Black Street.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
diggity.
Blackstreet.
No
Let's-
diggity, no doubt.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
man.
dude,
Sex
that-
package.
Yeah.
See, that's why I like being on this radio station because I get to play all that.
And see, and youngsters aren't really familiar
Nah,
with
bro.
it. You know what I mean?
You know what I
Like,
mean? I get to play
So
all
it's
that
gonna be
stuff.
cool when you get calls in and people start appreciating your shit. Like,
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
vibe
And a lot of
that's gonna
people
be
tell
dope.
me, they're like, man, I like the music you're playing. And I'm like, well, thank God, because I'm not playing all that new shit all day long. I'm not doing that for 3 hours. I'm just
Bro.
not.
Yeah.
You know what I
hard.
mean?
It's hard to
I'm
listen
going to
to.
play some, like the main hits. You got to play those.
For sure.
You
That's
know,
just called
that-
part of the
that-
business.
yeah, that's mandatory. You
Yeah.
know?
to get-
Does your boss, does he send you like an email like, hey, this is what's hot this week and you get to play this or what?
Yeah, low key
Yeah.
he does it, but he gives me a lot of like more like hot topics. He sends me like, hey, talk about this. This is what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Like
when George
relevant.
Foreman passed away,
God bless.
You know
God
what I
bless,
mean?
champ.
he was like,
Rest
make
in peace,
sure you
baby.
talk about George Foreman. Make sure
Cover
you
the
know what I
topic.
mean? Yeah, shit like that.
One of the greatest.
So
Yeah.
does he give you some leeway, or just make sure you cover these certain topics?
Yeah, I have leeway, but he kind of like, yeah, but make sure you throw this in there. Make sure you throw that in there, which is cool. I'm like, hell yeah, you're my boss. Whatever you need, bro.
Yeah.
Is that like
You
a
know?
daily thing or is that like a weekly thing? or
So
what's
sometimes it's a daily thing.
Yeah.
Lately, it's been every day something new.
Okay.
You know, but he gives us like these talk points sometimes about like certain events, and he's kind of like, yeah, like to make sure you talk about this this event is in 2 weeks. Make sure you promote that. A lot of it's all sponsors though.
So how does like radio still making money off like advertising?
A
basically,
lot, bro. And I did not know.
Really?
I did not know that they were still making a shitload of money.
That's what's paying the bills.
You know what I
pretty
mean?
much.
Yes. And I've seen the numbers, and I've seen like the shit that people are paying for these sponsors, bro. Insane.
How does your do you have like a contract and like you fulfill a year contract? Or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. I got a contract. So what we get revenue sharing.
Okay.
So not all radio stations do this,
Okay.
but because bro, it is hard to get into radio. You have to be intern, or you got to be what do you call it? You got to go to like broadcasting school and shit. You know, it's hard. He's giving me an opportunity, and he's offering me revenue sharing. So revenue sharing is where I get 50% off of advertising
Nice.
for your segment during your segment. I mean, overall, like no matter what.
So whatever advertisements come in the station, the radio personalities get 50%.
Nice.
But we got to split that 50%.
Versus-
But let's say somebody wants to sponsor their business on my segment.
Yeah.
I get 50% of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So if they pick their segment,
Yeah.
it goes directly to
yeah,
that.
yeah.
What's
See,
the typical cost? Like if I was like, hey, I want to put my business on the
so
radio.
they have different packages. So like there's one that's like $700. You get like maybe like 20 commercials or something like that, professional commercials, and you get email launching. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Or you pay like $1,000 and you get like 500 commercials.
Wow. So
But
you're
see-
on for a while.
Right, but we're streamed all over the world.
Yeah,
You know what
iHeart
I mean?
for sure. is-
Yeah, iHeart and what is the other one? Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Like all this shit.
So your station's on Sirius?
We're just about to be on Sirius in a couple
Okay,
weeks.
okay.
That
okay.
that iHeart radio thing is huge. That
Yeah,
it's in Vegas, right?
yeah.
The festival?
Yeah, dude.
yeah, it is.
It's huge.
But it's dope because let's say like you are in LA and you got a business and you want your shit promoted on our station. You can pick where you want your advertisement to be targeted.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
So they call it like geographic marketing or something like that. But there is a lot of money, bro, that's still going in the radio. And I'm tripping out.
it's crazy. I thought it was a dying field.
Me too.
Yeah.
I really thought so, man. And I was just like, damn. But I think like, you know, FM on the dial is dying down. It's all going streaming, like you said, iHeart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because our shit
I heard
streams
they're
all over the
taking
world.
FM AM out of cars. It's not even an option
Yeah,
anymore.
yes,
Really?
yeah.
But you know what? Like even
CDs
like
are gone too, right? I think
I
they're
think
Yeah,
so,
CD
yeah.
players.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
been. Like even like for a perfect example, we talked about we brought up the people, not the music. Like we brought up Jeff and Evelyn. We brought up
Right.
fucking Art LeBeau. You know what I mean? It's like those were characters. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like
Right.
we mostly turned in to hear them, if
Yeah.
anything, you know, and the other stuff was just a plus. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
for sure.
I think it's better. Like I miss that because you weren't looking for the persona.
Yes.
You were just listening to
Yeah,
what
you
you
were just
liked.
listening. Right.
You liked it. You vibed with it.
Yeah.
If not, like now you're looking for the image.
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes. So,
And I'm trying to bring that back to radio because I feel like podcasting has done so much like, you know, impact to where even radio personalities are trying to be like podcasters.
This is true.
And like I said, there's a difference between radio and podcasting, bro. I feel like podcasting is more like what do you call it? Just kind of just shooting the shit.
100%.
You know what I mean? And like you said, radio is more personality, character.
Yeah.
You got to have some type of character in that radio realm. Because like you said, we want to listen to Art
Want to hear
LeBeau.
what you got
We
to say.
want to
yeah.
listen to, you know, those people.
I feel like it's the same. In my opinion, it'd be a little bit the same for podcasting because like you're gonna be listening to us for 2 hours at a time.
Right.
You better connect with someone on the fucking podcast,
Right.
or else like you're not gonna
Yeah.
be very interested. You know,
Yeah.
maybe the topic got you,
Yeah.
but then after that, what's left? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like you know,
Yeah,
people
you're right.
connect to this guy because of shit he says.
And
they're
one
like,
thing,
"Oh, I can relate
one
to
thing I
that."
like about podcasting is that we can say whatever the hell we want to say.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
That's one
I
thing.
love
we-
that shit.
Well, kind of, unless you want to get monetized.
No, that's
You
true.
say some wild shit, dude.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
cut your fucking video.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's true.
We've lost a couple episodes.
Yeah, radio is strict as hell. You can't say this.
FCC.
you
gotta
guys
say-
get fined too, right? And stuff. And
Bro.
you can't have dead space either.
Nah, man.
That's
You
crazy,
can't have
man.
dead air. You can't do none of that. Yeah, fines are up to like $150,000.
No shit.
Mhm.
Wow.
That's the big boy playfield. You
Yeah,
can't fuck
it is,
around.
bro. Or if you play a song that's got some cussing in it, that's $150,000 right there
To the station.
to the station.
That's
Yep.
not supposed to be cussing, or do you can play cussing songs or no?
Hell no.
Oh, they
What,
can't.
what about
Oh,
like
you're-
satellite
oh, you're-
radio though?
Satellite radio, I think you can. Yeah.
So
Satellite, you
Sirius
can.
has a lot of
yeah,
shit.
series, and then I think like Shade 45 and shit like that,
Hell
you can.
Yeah.
But I think like their station, Power 97.5, no.
That's probably because it's public, right?
Yeah, it's
like,
public.
you could just tune in and all of a sudden there's cursing. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Whereas like satellite, you're going to be
So
paying
is
for
that,
that.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're
is,
looking
that,
exactly.
is that hard for you to like as a person, or you're not really a customer?
Nah,
like,
no. Lucky for me, I've been DJing for over 20 years. So all the music that I download over the years, I always get the dirty version, the clean version, the radio version. So I
lot of
was
options.
I was radio ready.
That's right.
That's why I think that's why he wanted me to be on his station because he was like, "Oh, you're already kind of ready to do this."
Yeah, you're ready to rock.
Yeah, because he was watching the podcast, and he was like, "Okay, you're comfortable behind the mic and all this shit." I think that's why he gave me a chance. 'Cause I still to this day don't know why he hired me, bro. We never had that actual conversation, like how he found me.
How long you been doing it over there?
Oh, for the radio, it's only been like almost 3 months,
That's cool, dude.
And then how long have you had
Congrats.
your podcast?
a year,
A
for
year?
about a year now.
So what's
Yeah.
your? I wanted to ask, what's your podcast schedule? How do you guys get down with that?
So the podcast one, we were doing it every other week,
Okay.
but then started getting a little pricey because we do it at Rafa Studios.
Okay.
So does he edit and do all your stuff?
Rafa does the live editing part where he switches cameras
Cameras.
and shit. But I do all the editing and I do all the marketing. I do all the promoting. I do all
Your
the
clips.
graphics. I
You
do
do
the
your
clips.
clips?
I do the
Those are
clips.
fire
I do
clips.
all that. You know
Like
what I
that
mean?
last one you guys did with Davey?
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah. Well, I use that Opus clip too.
Yeah.
So I use that, but then I edit the Opus clips.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm fucking editing all day. Like
It's a fucking job, bro.
It is, bro. It's so time consuming.
It's
And I don't
time-consuming,
think
yeah.
people really understand what
No.
goes in. They think that we just sit down with microphones, put a camera on, but no. You know what I mean? You
Exactly.
guys know all about that shit. You know
Joe
what I mean?
does for sure. Joe and
Yeah.
and Jorge.
Yeah.
Well, like when we started, he used to be super excited. Now it's like pulling teeth. So like it's a different
Yeah.
situation. You know
Yeah,
what I
it
mean?
is. That's why it's good if you could find a way to monetize it and you could find a way to make money. Then it's worth your while. Because I feel like we're still brand new. Our podcast, like we've only been going for a year.
Yeah.
And I mean we're doing okay.
I think
you know?
that's great,
How many
bro.
episodes you guys got?
Oh, see, like we got a total about 25.
Okay, nice.
You know
nice,
what I
dude.
mean?
Yeah.
But I'm one of those people. I'm never really satisfied though. You know what I mean? Like I'm one of those
Yeah.
people. Like it's cool. I like it. I like where it's going, but I want to keep it.
Pushing it.
Going. I want to get as better as we can. But it's
hard.
fun, man. I like it. It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
But it's cool.
But like you said, if you get to make money from it, and like that could be your job,
Right.
sign me
Yeah,
up, bro.
well,
You know what I mean?
like whatever better job could we find? You know what I
Right,
mean?
right. Then I'll do it full time.
Yeah.
But when you have a job and
Right,
your other
right.
family or whatever, it's tough.
And I feel like the best part is that you get to network and build relationships while you're doing this shit.
That's what's been fun too. Like a lot of people, like we all vibe with different people.
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
have relationships with certain people. They have
Right.
relationships. You know what I mean? And I still talk to like 3 or 4 guys from here that I've just met on the podcast and
Mhm.
all the time. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you meet the real people.
Yeah. And it's cool, man. I feel like it's a way of giving back too. I feel like we're giving back to the community by doing this. You know what I mean? 'Cause we're giving people time to like chop it up and get to know who they are a little
Mhm.
bit
Mhm.
and shit like that. Like that's cool. Where else are they gonna get this type of
For sure.
exposure? You
For
know?
sure.
So,
We've had that, like how you said, you don't want to have that look or the perception of
Mm.
people saying that, oh, they only have these type of guests. Like,
Right,
our
right.
guests, man,
we don't
they
care.
range from
Yeah, bring it.
everywhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? We've had, guys like influencers on. We've had entrepreneurs on. I mean, just the other day, somebody hit me up at the So Eden episode, and they were like, "Dude, that was a fucking great episode."
Yeah.
Hearing you guys talk about the plants
Yeah.
and growing and shit,
yeah.
and it's like it's you name it. Like I said, we're about to have we've had you on,
Right.
we've had Davey on,
Right,
and Spidey and
You know what's crazy? Like Davey, I just reached out. I seen like IE Habibi, and then I'm like, "Hey man, what's up,
Yeah,
dude? You
get
want to
on,
come on
yeah.
the show?" This, that. He was super receptive. Came on, and it's like,
Yeah.
"All right, this is cool." Then these guys work on it. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
different people for different personalities,
Yeah,
and
after he was on the following weekend, he goes, "Hey, I'm doing a show. Like, you should come out." I'm like, all right. So I went over there to go support him. You know what I mean? It was in the crowd. He killed it,
Yeah.
and he was doing his stand up. Man, I thought he did a fucking great job.
Yeah,
for
man.
being in the business
I
for so
can't wait
long.
to go be in the Victorville thing.
Oh,
Just to be in the- we're just
gonna do
Oh,
the
yeah, we're gonna
Victor's
be there.
Got Talent.
we're just
Yeah.
going to be audience and hang out and chill.
Yeah,
Like,
just
I can't
chill.
wait.
Yeah, we're gonna be there too.
Hell
chill.
yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time, dude.
Yeah, he told me, he came me up. He's like, Jake, are you guys cut? I go, bro, we're
We're
all
there.
in, man.
My
We're
shit's
in.
on my calendar on my phone, like reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah. and
What
then
time is that? You guys know?
He hasn't
No,
even
he hasn't
told
told me.
me. He hasn't told me the time.
I just know the
He told me
5th,
date.
right?
But
The
it's
5th?
at Rafa's, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rafa's.
Okay, cool.
I'm really excited.
That's
for
why,
him,
like,
man.
I've been talking to
wanna see
Rafa
this
about
dude.
lighting and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, I seen their
Yeah,
little
he's the
thing,
man.
and I've been watching their clips, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Is Rafa coming on?
we have.
Yeah.
I mean, he would, but we're not there yet. Like, you know what I mean? He's. I don't know. I haven't
Oh,
asked,
he'll
but
come on though.
yeah, I just asked him about his lighting and
Oh,
different
he's
things, and dude, he
super
sends me
cool,
the
man.
link, the light, exactly.
Yeah.
This is how it works. Use a spectrum. I'm like, this fucking dude's legit.
Yeah,
Nice.
I've known Rafa for years, man. I known his wife first because she's all involved in the community. She does a lot.
They
of
seem like they're a
community
lot
work.
of community right there.
Yeah, a lot, bro.
So-
and she's kind of like one of like the top tier people in that
Yeah.
community. She does a lot of stuff. That's how I met Rafa.
So
You know,
is he in both upstairs and downstairs?
nah, he's just downstairs.
So I used to be a part of the dispensary that was there
Oh yeah,
back in the day, and like, so it's crazy that I seen the studio, and I'm like, I know exactly where the fuck that's at.
yeah.
I seen the windows and everything. I'm like, he's in fucking Old Town right
Well,
there.
he used to be upstairs, and then he
Okay.
moved it to downstairs.
That's a big floor down there.
big.
The smoke shop's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's still there on
one
the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's still there. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the one you used to work at, right? Or no?
Well, that's where the dispensary was, and then one of our customers, when the dispensary closed, he turned into a smoke shop, Ruben.
Oh shit.
Well, he got that one downstairs, and he made that infinity wall in there. So it looks like that wall just keeps
Going
going.
forever.
Yeah, that's
It's big though. Like it's
it's
big
big,
downstairs.
big.
It's big.
yeah. But it's dope, man. He's good people. You should definitely get him on because he's like killing it right now.
Yeah, no, I just hit him up. I'm like, hey, ask him some questions. I'm like, if there's anything we could do to help or link up?
Yeah.
He wrote the same thing. He's like, let me know. I'm
Yeah,
here.
and
So,
he always shows us a lot of love because he always tells us like because when he first got his spot downstairs,
yeah,
I was like, bro, like I want to interview you on the Chop Shop and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I said, but I want to do it in your studio, like to show off your studio.
yeah.
This is before he even was doing podcasting or anything like that. So we did that, and that's what inspired him to go buy cameras and microphones.
Yeah.
And he goes, you guys were the ones that inspired me to buy all this shit now.
He seems super professional.
He is
Yeah.
super professional, man. And he's top notch shit too, man. You know?
Good shit.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's dope.
He's definitely helped out. Like, oh boy, what's his name? Fuck, I keep.
Well, he did the American Freedom shoot for Kathy and all
Yeah,
that.
that's
He
right,
did
yeah,
that. Davey, we
And then,
talked
oh
to
boy,
Davey.
I think he was on your guys' podcast recently.
Roughneck.
Yeah.
Roughneck, yeah.
I definitely want to link up with him.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah, Roughneck, yeah. He dope people, man. He's got a crazy story.
I dig.
You
him.
know what I mean?
I dig him.
Yeah, he's
I
cool.
dig
He's doing a lot of good stuff too. That's why I like doing this shit, man, because we get to like tap in with everybody what they're doing. And some people don't like certain people that you put on.
For sure.
You know what I
We've
mean?
known that.
We
We've
started
known
to see that. It's pretty
You
funny.
know?
But you know what's funny? I've been watching. We got put on some game about some people. Well, those people are watching real close now. Every
Preach.
fucking thing.
Yeah,
every
yeah.
show. I see him
Yeah.
on all the shit. Like
Preach.
one of the first, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys are trying to see what's cracking then,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah,
Like,
Yeah, Adam
So-
made a good. Adam, you made a good comment. We were hanging out one day. Adam goes, "I see certain individuals copy like walking in our footsteps." And he's like, "Okay, we must be doing something."
Yeah, and
Right,
then, like,
right.
the one it didn't bother me, but I just didn't know if I was. He confirmed it, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I see these low key haters.
Mm-hmm.
Like they want to
They're
be
out
cool, this and that, but on a
Yeah.
different like when they're behind the keyboard or behind the screen, they're different. And I'm like, all right, boys, we see you. Like we're not dumb over here.
And
so
there's ways to go about it too. Like you said, like let's say you do see people who is kind of taking your guys' style or little things. You could either take it personal or you could kind of give them the
Take it as a
nod, like
compliment.
hey,
That's
take
cool.
it as a compliment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Me personally, I don't take things personal, man. I'm just kind of like, all right, it's cool. You know what I mean? Like if you took something from us, I might have took something from you too. You know
yeah,
what I
you
mean?
can pick up all the game.
We're all thieves in a way. We all steal somehow,
Yeah.
some way. When it comes to this marketing shit, we take ideas, we take all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? And that's the way it should be. But yeah, man, it's cool.
Yeah, you like we were talking about it, and he brought it up, and I go, "Yeah, man." I go, "Hey, if we're doing something right,
Yeah,
you know what I
for
mean?
sure.
We're doing something right.
Yeah, hell
That
yeah.
people are stopping on their daily whatever to see what World Talks up
Well,
to.
it's a big thing, and we talked about it. But like when you build something from nothing, it's a different feeling.
Exactly.
So like it's a little personal,
yeah.
but you also got to know how to navigate through it.
Yeah, because I'm sure you guys remember when you guys were even just talking about doing this, right?
100%.
I still remember like one. Hey, I talked to so and so. Hey, Jake, blah, blah, blah. Like I still remember the conversations. Like everything went real slow. Dude, we sat in this room and it was empty. Fucking
Yeah.
putting our phone on
Yeah.
a thing, trying to figure the angle.
And you look
of the
at it now, and you're like,
camera.
damn,
Like
we
it's came
got this
together.
shit
Like
going,
it had
you
the
know?
good structure. We just have
Yeah.
added to it.
Yeah.
So luckily we're blessed that way.
That's
like,
how we were doing too, because we were starting off in my aunt's garage and shit, and then from there we went to Queen G's apartment, and it looked like we were in her fucking apartment. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, but now the way where it's at now, I'm like, yeah, see, like, because just remembering the beginning,
Yeah.
even just talking about doing this shit was
Agreed.
crazy.
Agree.
You
We
know?
had a guy on last week. He's starting his, or when what he got Fox? The Fox. What's his name?
The Fox Show.
Yeah,
No,
the
it's
Fox.
David?
faux.
The
That's
faux.
it.
Oh,
I always,
sorry,
why do we
Fox.
say Fox?
I
It's
don't know. I say it
FAUX.
Yeah, faux show. The faux show.
The faux show.
Oh, all right.
Anyways, but he comes on here and Joe's. It's funny because I'm sitting here and I'm smoking and he's talking. He does his podcast. He
Yeah,
does
yeah.
everything himself. And Joe's talking about naming off all these microphones and naming off all these programs. And he's looking at Joe like, huh? And Joe's like, "Oh, you don't do this?" No. Joe's
Right.
like, "Oh, you don't." And it's crazy because he goes, "I'm learning from you guys now."
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
wild. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like he'll repost our stuff and he'll say like, "Hey, these guys are, these guys really have showed me what to do." It was pretty wild. If I
Yeah,
told
yeah.
him we were doing that episode, he was like, "I learned watching you guys."
Right.
So
I think
that's a pretty good feeling.
I think
you know?
Enrique's gonna go on.
What? To his show?
I told him, hey, that kid's a gem. Reach out to him and
Hell
get him
yeah.
on.
That's
So
dope. What about when you guys go to events and shit? Do you guys get like that feedback when you guys go to events and they know who you guys are and they appreciate what you guys do? Because we've been getting that a lot lately, but it comes from people that I didn't even expect, you know?
Well, I see like in the gym because we're kind of our presence is. I'd say like that's where kind of our base camp has started. Like the gym people.
Yeah.
So you'll see people in the gym where they approach you like, "Hey man, I really like that episode," or "Hey, that was a good. I learned a lot," or this or that. So people recognize this fucker all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time, bro. I have a lot of like. We were at dinner. I'm at dinner. I'm on a date. I'm on a date with a broad. I'm hanging out. Next thing you know, hey, here's a drink. I'm like, what the fuck? Who sent me this drink? And they somebody at the bar. Royal Talk. What's up, man? I'm like,
you're like, that's right.
What's up, dude?
So or like I think it's an adjustment for all of us, especially fucking Gorilla Boy. Yeah. Like people just be staring at you. You're like usually like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And then you're like, hold on. Yeah, then you're like,
I've had a crazy one.
Then you're like, hold on, Royal, like, hey man, you're from Royal Talk. I'm like,
yeah, and it's weird because you don't know like how people know you like that.
Yeah,
so it's new to you. You're kind of like really like
100%.
You know what I mean? I went to Del Taco and this girl was giving me free burritos and tacos and shit because of the chop shop. Yeah. And I'm kind of like, okay, like it was new to me. I'm kind of like, oh, that's what's up.
You got an extra shot in your Starbucks, huh? Oh, I remember.
Oh yeah,
there you go. Hell yeah, man.
I've been here forever, so I always know somebody. So everywhere I go, I know somebody. So I don't usually like, but it's funny when they bring up Royal because I don't think it's in any of our mind. Like, we're a Royal Talk. We walk around.
Yeah,
that's like it's just part of who you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like when they hit you up with it, you're like, oh shit! Yeah. Like that's us. Like
you almost forget that you do that shit.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Even the inside jokes, like
that's
the inside
what gets
jokes,
me all the time.
Like this guy's dick is pretty popular. You know what I mean? We always joke around about.
It's well known.
For instance, perfect example.
Shit.
We're at the stand-up show with Davey, dude. I'm sitting there with Davey. We're like drinking drinks, and one of the comedians goes up there and talk about. She's like, oh, I like big dicks or something like that. And he goes, where's Adam at, man? Stand-up comedian's like, who is he? I'm like, bitch, back up. You couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
My lady's a little crazy, too, so it took her a little bit to adjust to it. Like,
it's a joke.
At first, she's like, hey, you tell those motherfuckers I'm going to come out there and tell them some shit. I'm like, hey, boys, like, we're about to get fucking... And then now we're just like...
now it's just, no, Adam's got a cock on him. You know what I mean?
We dialed it down. I think we do it a little more like in passing now.
Yeah. Joe's known for his sex toys. I'm known for throwing oranges at bitches. It's like,
shit.
You know what I mean?
So we all got a little quirk to us.
That's what I get. Fuck, dude.
Oh, dude, I got one. This chick sent me a fucking emoji orange because there's a story I was telling on. It was an old school episode, and I was a youngster, bro, and I met this chick at a bar, and she took me home, and she was like, I'm like, we're fucking tonight. You know what I mean? The bitch had a bowl of oranges. The bitch is like, she's like, come on, DJ, don't laugh, come on now. So she goes, throw those at me, and I'm like, what? She's like, throw those at me. I'm like, you want me to throw them at you?
He became
but
wild.
She's like,
juggling them first?
Yeah, bro. I tell you, I'm up there on the mound. I'm on the pitcher's mound, dog, butt naked. And she's bent over, doggy, on the wall, and I'm like, underhand.
Yeah.
You know, and she's like, no, throw that shit.
That's right.
And I'm like, underhand, harder. I'm like, bitch, throw them back. Now you're going to get decked. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, so like, dude, my DMs, bitches sending me emoji oranges. I'm like, oh no, like fuck me up.
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, well, I had the craziest one ever. Was like, oranges. That's amateur. Try having grapefruit thrown at you. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Like,
who are you?
Hardcore shit.
I'm like, what's your number? You know what I mean?
See, now you guys got to trademark your guys' shit. You know, whatever it is, you guys inside jokes, trademark that shit.
The Avenger.
That's what I said when we started the podcast. I was like, because we were a little worried about direction, right? Like how are we gonna flow this? And I always said, I was like, wait until these stories like start that becomes us. You know what I mean? That we have those references. Now. So
like Jake we should make a picture of Jake as Wild Thing with his face on it with the orange.
Orange. Hell yeah, dude. I was like, bitch, you about to get the 99 fast. Here it comes.
Hell yeah, man. Own that shit,
butt naked.
Man.
Adam was like, were you hard? I was like, hell yeah, I was hard. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I'm like, can you stay hard, like focus during this shit, or what? He said he was ready.
Whole time, bro. She's like, your turn. I'm like, well, I want you to ride me. I don't want you to hit me or anything. You know what I mean? I'm old school penetration.
The one that gets me though is like someone will come up and say a joke to me, and I'm like,
you gotta catch on to it.
I'm like,
Joe's like has blonde, like things go over his head for, like sometimes first. Yeah, he gets like blonde moments, and I'm like, Joe.
When we were at the Hall of Flowers, I noticed Jorge was sitting there, and he's like, oh, that's blah blah blah. Oh, that's blah blah blah. And I was like, dude, you're just like fucking Adam. You guys are so good with faces. Like he sees someone and he knew exactly. He's like, oh, I've been following that dude since for like 10 years. I think you're good like that too, but. for me, I'm like, ooh. I'm like, we saw them.
Yeah.
He was on our podcast. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, a lot of motherfuckers say the word chooch because I brought that.
Oh,
word
chooch is
back.
a big one, dude.
Yeah.
Chooch. I use the word chooch all the time.
Oh,
You're
there
like,
you
you
go.
fucking momo, or
We
you
kind of
fucking
settled
chooch.
out on that, didn't we?
No, I think it's just what you're used to. It
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
You guys,
Sure,
you
you
guys
just hear
didn't
it
know
now.
it. Like, look, where's your sticker from your mom? It's right there. Chooch of the day. Right
Like,
there.
or
There
like,
you go.
we had some chicks over for a podcast. They're lesbian chicks, Kay and them. They're cool as fuck. And he's like, hey, you fucks. And I'm like, and like he gets
called
away
a
with
bitch.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, come on, bitch.
Yeah.
Empowering way.
Yeah,
but
but like-
that in an empowering way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But the way like it flows, I'm like,
she's like,
oh,
yeah, I am that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, all the time. Like, I got to the point where like they went like before we record. He's like, Jake could be a little blah blah blah.
I just try to give fair warning. Like, hey, dude,
but
like,
when I'll be doing it, I'm like, what's up, bitch? And the chicks are fucking laughing the whole time. You know what I mean?
That's right.
just because everybody's different. But like even remember Jody was like real kind of uptight and like Jake fucks with her all the time and like she's cool, laughs.
Yeah,
She like
yeah.
she's one of the people that gives us good love, like good
Yeah.
back. Like good. She always has a good vibe with us.
That's right.
Yeah, like I said, it's cool, man. Like to see where it's where it was to where it's now. It's pretty cool. Like I said, people come up, they say what's up to me all the time. I mean, I've had some. I mean, I told this one. Jorge did a clip for me. We're talking about Kobe. And I was talking about how during his rape trial and all that stuff, like he was hated, right? He was hated. But when he came back to LA, it was like Caesar returning to Rome. You know what I mean? Like he was our king.
Right.
So, and I brought that video. Bro, I'm at a gas station. And it's fucking, I just got off of work. I'm getting my fucking car filled up. I'm sitting there, I'm hitting my fucking gravity pen. And I'm sitting there, I'm hitting my gravity pen. And this fucking black dude's like, he's in a 300 and he keeps looking at me. And I got my shades on, I'm looking at him. And he's pumping the gas and then he's looking at me. And I'm pumping the gas. I'm looking at him like, what are we doing, yo? Like, are we going or what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then I go around my car, open my glove compartment, grab me a little 7-7, come back, and I'm standing there, and then he fucking releases the pump. I'm like, okay, here we go. Go
What
time.
the fuck?
You know? And he walks over to me. He's like, Royal Talk. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That video about Kobe. I'm like, what the fuck? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm like, put it in the trunk real quick.
You're like, I was in Mamba mentality to whip your ass, motherfucker.
So we ended up sitting there and talking for like 45 minutes at the gas pumps. You know what I mean? But it's like those moments.
Have you ever had some like offbeat or uncomfortable moments, like where shit didn't go like you thought, or
On the
like
podcast?
just any type of situation with
bro.
radio or podcast?
I've had people that mistake me for somebody else.
Really?
And that swear that I'm that fucking guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That has happened plenty of times. And I'm just kind of like, nah, man, I ain't the guy. You know?
Do you know who they're talking about?
No.
Oh, really?
Dude, I had a guy in the gym, dude, swore it was this comedian, bro. Every time he saw me.
You look like him. The doppelganger is a fucking comedian.
Who was it?
It's like a slim version, like a real skinnier guy.
Oh, yeah?
Like
Who is it?
no muscle mass.
Who? The guy who keeps saying
The comedian.
Yeah.
I don't know. He performs around here.
He's a
I guess.
local dude, but dude,
He's a local dude.
he was the guy at Anytime Fitness.
We should get him on.
Remember?
He's like me and Joe, been friends for years.
I think if you put them right next to each other, not so much. But like if you see him in passing, you're like, Joe, that's like is that your older or younger brother? Like, because he doesn't have muscle mass like Joe, but they look alike.
Wow.
He does comedian
but
shows.
this one dude wouldn't let it up, bro. He's
He
like,
does-
I know you're that guy. And I was like, bro, I'm not. Dude. I've never done stand up. I swear.
Is that the Corey guy?
Yeah.
So you see him talking shit on the comments? I'd be talking shit to his little ass all the time. Yeah, he's always talking shit on our comments.
Oh, I didn't know.
Like
Jorge. Shows how much I pay attention.
Jorge made the Joshua Tree clip, and he's like, "That's a saguaro, guys," and he didn't even spell it right. So you know how I'm a grammar. And I'm like, "Hey,
it was towards the end.
Yeah,
because he was just showing transplanting of trees.
Yeah,
right?
and he's
I was
like,
so fucking what?
Yeah,
dude?
that's Corey.
That's him. Oh,
but the comedian dude performs at he has little events, or he used to, at the Social.
At the okay, yeah.
Now it's called like Better Days.
The one at the green Tree?
No, the Social was at the
it was on
Apple Valley Road,
yeah,
upstairs.
gotcha.
But now it's called Better Days.
All right.
And they have like events or whatever. But I used to see like his little flyers, and it would look like Joe would be on the thing, and he's like I think he's the host. So
damn.
That's pretty.
Yeah. Now you got to get him on.
I know.
Get him on. Have him sit in your chair.
He's like, bro, I saw you.
Show everybody off and shit.
Joe's right there. That'd be good
The whole
shit.
time he's like, Joe, I was there. You signed my autograph.
Yeah.
You're like, I did it. I really did it.
It wasn't me.
Yeah. So on your podcast, is it just to come in and vibe similar mentalities, or how does it work with you guys?
Man, in the beginning, I was trying to be as scripted as possible, prepared,
Doesn't-
and that shit just didn't kind of work out.
It's too-
You know what I mean? No, I mean it would sometimes, but sometimes it just didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, fuck that shit. Let's just
Vibe.
Shoot it.
Let's
Shoot
vibe.
it.
Let's vibe. Let's just chill. I do like to try to like do a little bit of research on who, I'm not trying to fucking go all in depth with them. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, man. Now it's just more like let's just
shoot the shit and
Let's just
chill,
chill.
man. Like,
You
we're
know
just
what I mean?
chilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
you know?
sometimes do you ever catch yourself like missing a topic later?
Yeah.
Dude,
Hell yeah.
we fucking had a good opportunity
Hell
with
yeah.
one of our guests recently, and I even messaged Joe. I'm like, bro, we fucking missed this whole topic. And he's like, fuck. And I'm like, God
That
damn
was a
it.
good
It was
topic.
like, for us in California. I'm like, God, how do we miss this?
Yeah.
What was it?
But
we were talking about how DJ, 5th gen, he's also a real estate, State Farm.
But
we should have talked about the fire.
State Farm is the biggest one that pulled out of California coverage and all.
We
before
the fire.
and they're like, so I'm like, we could have talked to him and covered it because
people
people are irrelevant, and then insurance is going up again 35% for your home like policy is jumping 35% again. So I mean, you know this shit.
Yeah.
So like, we could have covered that topic, and our listeners would have.
A lot
been,
of guests will hit me up after and be like, "Fuck, I wanted to talk about this."
Yeah,
you know, like,
that's what happens.
Hey, fucking Jake, huh? Jake will blow me up next time.
Did you see his fucking comment? I've traveled through galaxies with these dudes.
Yeah,
like he was like, we were
the
passing.
owner of the gym, Jake.
Oh, yeah?
Good friend, good supporter. He sent me last night at 11 o'clock at night. Your boy's trying to get some pussy.
He sent some shit. Yeah.
Fucking the video clip, the
Yeah.
security cam.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was the fight. There was a fight at the gym, I guess, yesterday.
Oh,
and
what? Do you have a
I
clip
have
of it?
I have it. I'll send it to
Let's
I
Jorge.
want to see
Send
it.
it. Let's
I
see
haven't
it.
seen
I'll
Crazy.
send it to
You
Jorge.
have it?
Hell yeah.
But yeah, he sends me shit all the time, and like, yeah, I'm like, fuck, Jake, you
We had
motherfucking
this
crazy.
one episode we interviewed the mayor of Victorville.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And yeah, bro. Hopefully, I'm glad it looked good because
It was awkward.
Yeah, nah, because that was the one. Because my co-hosts, they were kind of having a hard time like chiming in, and you know what I mean.
We had that at first. Jake used to kind of carry us with me. We had a hard time like kind of vibing in. Just
So I said, you know what? I'm gonna come up with all the questions, and then we're gonna do in order. I'm gonna send you guys all the questions. I asked this one, you asked this one, the whole shit. I tried to fucking script the whole thing. All bad, bro. Queen G, she got the wrong format or whatever, so she was reading my questions. It just got mixed up.
And at that point, you can't stop it. You got to
Can't
roll,
stop.
flow.
So we're looking at each other like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But yeah, it just, that's when I was like, okay, we're not going to do the scripted shit no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But,
I think scripts only work if it's one-on-one.
yeah.
You know what I
agree.
mean?
Yeah.
When you have 3 people, because if I'm on a script and then all of a sudden he
Yeah.
comes up with something, it like throws off my shit.
Right.
There you go. This is a Royal Talk exclusive.
There we go.
From our boy Jake at the gym. Shout out TG Victorville.
There's a cop there already.
So I guess this guy didn't re-rack his weights.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't re-rack his weights.
So who?
And Jake fucking back the policy that has been stated on Royal Talk.
Dude, Victorville is a whole different animal.
It's a Wild
It
West,
is,
bro.
bro.
Look at this. Watch.
25,000 views on that video too. Everyone knows it.
Here he comes. Watch. So here comes the popo. They're gonna arrest this fucking dude for acting like a dumbass in the gym. Check this out. You haven't seen this, Joe?
No.
Okay, what? Cop goes through the street.
Jake's ready. Look at him.
Yeah.
What's a chick?
Oh shit! He's out of here.
Damn.
Get him, Jake.
Holy shit, he has a whole crew.
Look at that, bro. That's everyone that was hitting chest that day coming.
Yeah, you don't want to start some shit over there.
No. Look at it, dude. They tackled him. He's getting mauled.
Do we have the backstory?
Oh, shit.
Jake. The only thing Jake told me is the fact that he didn't re-rack his weights, so somebody reported him.
He was being an asshole.
being
there,
an
huh?
asshole about it, and then it turned into a little this and that, and then he called the cops.
Good. Kick
He
his
went out
fucking
there,
ass
and that's what
out.
happened. They bombed on him.
Oh, damn.
Motherfuckers.
Oh, that's definitely Victorville shit
bro.
right
That's
there. All
that's the
day,
Night
bro.
Avenger right there, the disruptor.
So, hey, check it out. I was there. I've been going to the sauna over there. So one day I'm working out. This fucking like dick, like a little miniature version of you's like looking at me. I'm like, fuck is this guy? You know
He's
what I
like,
mean?
look at the dick on that guy.
Yeah, like so. Well,
So unfair.
He's like, what the fuck? We're in the sauna, and he's still hard.
so
Adam's like, yeah.
so I'm in the sauna just fucking kicking it, and this guy comes in and he's like, "Hey, homie, you were at that event." And I'm like, "Oh, here we go. You're a big boy. This is a little box, so I got better odds with this shit right now." But he's like, "That event out there in the taste test." I'm like, "Okay, all right." Like, he's like, "You were high as a motherfucker. Your eyes were barely open. I remember you." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, he's like, "Jorge's my boy." And I'm like, "Actually, I do remember you because you came to my pad and you didn't even introduce yourself."
Who was it?
It was one of Jorge's boys,
Oh shit.
Alexis. So I remembered him because I didn't get to meet him, but I kept my eye on him. He was here with his girl.
Oh, okay. They did the dab.
Yeah. So check it out. We're bullshitting, and he's like, "Bro, I didn't make it home." And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like everybody left?" He's like, "Bro, I drove down the street where there's this big ass billboard. It's like right there where the gun range is." He's like, "And I guess I parked on the wrong side of the street and left my car there." And I'm like, "What the fuck? He's like, bro, that dab got me.
Oh,
so
shit.
we ended up starting chopping it up or whatever, but he was hella cool. Super, he like gets product and knows gravity and pens, and it was cool though. But in the gym, he's just fucking staring at me and staring at me and staring.
And this is the shit we go through.
Yeah, and I'm
you
like,
know what I mean? Like,
but yeah, he's like, hey, my boy Jorge, I'm a teacher, and I'm like, Jorge don't know no fucking teachers. and then he's like, yeah, we used to go down to fucking Riverside and party, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, all right, hold on. And I started had to go through my fucking Rolodex, my brain, and I'm like, oh, you were there with your girl, huh? And so like we went through it, but yeah, it's like that little shit. But yeah, we're in a sauna, and then he's like, your last name ain't Rodriguez? I'm like,
oh, this was in the sauna.
Yeah, like tiny ass little fucking.
I thought it was on the street.
Yeah, I'm in my. Well, it's crazy because I just get in my chonies and sit there, and all these fools come in with all their clothes on. A lot of times, and I'm like, you are a crazy motherfucker.
Do you remember Cardio Fit?
Yeah.
Oh,
bro,
my grandpa used to go there.
Let me tell you, yeah, I bet he did. Probably.
My grandpa did too, bro.
Dude, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
So me and my boy
It's where
Danger.
Evoke is now.
Yes. So me and my boy Danger, we used to go after work. 18 years old. It was at the gym. We'd be like
Danger.
I call him Danger all the time because when he was around the women, he was Danger. I'd be like, oh, you're gonna cheat, lady. Get away from him. And so anyways, we go to the Cardio Fit first thing in the morning, bro. We're all fucking tired. He's drinking his coffee, smoking his cigarette. I'm like, let's go. We're gonna lift. So we go in there, and motherfuckers be doing handball.
Right, yeah.
We're all sitting there with our coffee,
going
watching
in
them.
hard too.
All these older
Those
guys,
fools would get down.
They get
Gucci
down,
leather
bro.
shorts on.
Yeah.
They get
You be seeing the ladies just watching.
Yeah, all wet.
Yeah.
Ooh, get him, babe.
Oh.
You know. So anyways, we get done working out. He'd be like, let's go sit in the hot tub. All right, motherfucker. We go in there. Adam's grandpa for sure, probably.
Dude, my grandpa was jacked, homie.
Dude, these dudes, dicks out.
Yeah.
In the hot
Old
tub,
school,
you know? In the
Old
hot,
school.
just chatting it up.
Old school.
Yeah.
Joe, we're in the hot tub.
I never understood that shit.
Hey, waist deep, we're talking. Blah blah blah. He's like, all right, fella, you guys have a good day. And I'm like, and he's got his knee up, talking about, I think I'm gonna have a steak tonight.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, I have a story. Honestly, I used to be like uncomfortable about that. As I got older, I'm like, I kind of wish they still had these motherfuckers.
I bet you do, champ.
But
you know what I mean?
So one day, Joe got in a little tiff with this gentleman at the gym over. The guy was using the weight rack, but he was going down the line and he was right in front of all the weights, so you couldn't get no weights. So Joe was like getting a little upset with him. He's like, "Hey, bro, like what's going on?" Like Joe got a little aggro. I remember, and I'm like, "Damn, this fool doesn't usually get like this." But all right. So the guy turns around. He's like, "Man, you could have been cool about that. I would have moved out the way." He's all, "But fuck you." Like, and I'm like,
damn.
Fuck, here we go. So him and Joe have some words or whatever. Well, later on, I'm in the fucking locker room changing. An old boy comes out butt naked out the shower. Just
fucking just swinging.
That's the one Boo Boo saw.
That's the one Boo Boo
that came out traumatized. Boo Boo came out traumatized. So right,
yeah, dude. My son was like, "Dad, I saw that guy's dick." And I'm like, he's got a dick. And you got pee-pee, son. Yeah. That's a fucking dick.
Yeah, he's got a dick on him. So
so
look, I'm like getting ready, and I like happen to look up, and he's like, and I'm like,
fly by.
So literally, I didn't know what to fucking do. So I'm like, "Hey, bro, what's your name?" "Hey, I'm Gary." By the butt naked. "Hey, I'm Gary." I'm like, what's up, Gary? I just want to say what's up, man. I'm sorry about that little tiff. You know what I mean? He's like, "Hey, man, that ain't no bullshit. You know what I mean? That shit happens or whatever." But
interesting conversations in the locker rooms,
dude.
Sauna,
Like, dude. But he was butt ass naked. Shit was just hanging around. I'm like, fuck.
No shame.
Like
no shame.
Yeah, no, he does it every time. Like,
dude, I'm telling you, when I'd be at cardio, old guys.
You want to know what
like you said, that's the old school thing, I guess. That's what they do.
Oh, you want to know what the worst thing?
I never understood that shit.
I'd be like, hey, board shorts.
You know how many? You know how many conversations we had with him butt naked now? Every time I see him, I'll go in there. "Hey, what's up, Gary?" We chop it up.
Normal, casual.
Yeah, but
that's right. Nuclear weapons. Yeah, fucking nuclear arm race. You know what I mean?
Bathroom talk.
Yeah.
Hey, you sit on yours? Yeah, I do sometimes. Yeah,
I just like. You got a cock on you, but you ain't beating me. Like, but I don't. I'm like, but I just keep it cool. But do you guys remember Old School 24 on Bear Valley?
Yeah.
You remember that fucking bathroom?
I don't remember the bathroom.
Bro, you go in there to go to the locker room, and that shower was a big prison shower.
Nice.
Just fucking bunch of dudes butt naked.
I think that was common back in the older times, right?
That's
Dude, like just
a lot of the older gyms are like that.
I didn't give a fuck.
Right?
I never mind being. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
I'd get uncomfortable.
I mean, I could see like getting dressed and shit in the locker room. That's normal, but like in the hot tub, butt ass naked,
bro. Just a couple of a bowl of menudo, just boiling.
It's like a old school mafia movie where they go into the fucking those situations. They're all just some fools are naked.
All right, Jerry, we're gonna go have breakfast. All right, and they get up, and I'd be like, and they're just everyone. I'm like, we're in
Yeah,
shorts,
man.
motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Like,
my grandpa used to do the same
Yeah,
shit
right.
all the
Like
time.
in Japan, they have like bathhouses, right?
Yeah.
Fucking, they're all going there. Yeah, dude. I'm just normal. I guess we're just whatever about it.
That was part of
We're
the culture,
chooches.
I guess, back
Yeah.
then. You know,
DJ Jules, plug your social medias, baby. Plug them.
Hell yeah, man. Of course, you can follow me on Instagram at DJ JUWELS _HD. That's JUWELZ. Tune in to me on 97.5 LA. And yeah, man, we're going to be download the app, yo. Download the app. You can go on your favorite Android, not Android, your favorite
About to say
App Store.
App Store.
Favorite App Store,
Any
whether
type
it's
of
Android,
media.
whether it's Apple, 97.5, pop right up. Tune in to the station on the website. You can listen to it on there too. The Chop Shop. Tune into the Chop Shop, man.
Chop Shop.
Local podcast. Show them love. Show them love, guys.
We stream on Urban Soul TV, stream on YouTube, Roku TV, Apple TV, all kinds of fucking TVs and shit.
All right, man. Hey, we appreciate you coming down, bro.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Thanks for
Thank
giving
you
us
guys
time.
so
coming
much,
down.
man. Yeah.
I hope this is the beginning of a friendship,
Definitely,
collab.
definitely, bro.
We can't wait to be on the radio, huh, Joe?
Hell yeah.
These
I'm gonna
three
make that
big
happen, yo.
Call, dog. We'll
Hey,
be ready.
If you guys are down, let's make
If you
that
really,
happen.
if you need a co-host, this fucker would be a good one.
Hell
Dude.
yeah. I'm really
He
trying
likes
to
his
get, I'm
music.
really trying to
and
get that
he's wild,
that
but he can't
environment,
cuss.
you know
He
what I mean?
can't cuss.
I like a Christian boy. You know what I mean?
Back to the old days.
Yeah. DJ
Yes.
Jules,
Yes, man.
we
Thank
love
you,
you,
bro.
my boy. Thank you for coming
Thank
on.
you,
We
brother.
appreciate it, man.
Serious.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the World Talk Podcast. Smoke, lift, and live. Good night.
Yes,
Good
sir.
night.
Right.
Hell yeah.